There we go. There's the mic. Good morning to everyone. Future friends, current friends, family friends, friends with benefits, all the friends. Oh shit, I gotta turn this. I did not dress up for Halloween, but I did wear a Snuggie. It's finally cool enough here in Arizona that you don't need the air conditioner anymore, and I turned it off. I did not turn on the heater. Woke up a little bit chilly this morning, so I'm in a Snuggie. We could even throw it up over, probably. Let's see, does it fit over that? Oh, that is a beautiful way to start the day. It's gonna, no, it's not 50. It's probably warmer than that. Let's see what the weather is. I mean, it'll probably still be like 80 degrees today. Let's take a look. What is that? Is that, how's the weather in your neck of the woods? What was that guy's name? Not Al Michaels. His name was Al, wasn't it? Snuggie. That's right. We are in a Snuggie today. All right, it's 68 degrees currently. And we've got a high of air quality poor. So that's rough. High of 83 today. Al Roker, thank you. What was I saying? Al Michaels? It's not Al Michaels. Anyways, happy Halloween to you. That's going to be our topic for the day. Be the beta your mom wishes that you were. Every mom, if she's being honest, they just want their boys to be betas. That's what they want. Any mom who says otherwise is lying forever and always. You can't convince me otherwise. Leave MAGA, support freedom, and forgive yourself for being duped. That's the most important thing, folks. If you make mistakes in life, if you accidentally are trying to become politically active, and instead you join a cult, it's important to forgive yourself on the way out of said cult. I learned that when leaving a cult, that it was important to forgive yourself for being in a cult. Thank you for it. Does make them pop a little. They're a little red, for being honest. Did not sleep terribly well last night. All right, I do have some things I want to cover. Here's the shit.
So why work 80?
That was Jordan Peterson, if you're wondering. I'm not joking when I say what I'm about to do today is start our show off with a Jordan Peterson motivational video. And I actually mean it. Like, I actually think this is the most honest thing Jordan Peterson's ever said. Sorry, I restarted my computer, and now I gotta find the spot where this was. But we're gonna start things off. Happy Halloween! We're gonna start things off with Jordan Peterson this morning, covering our topic about Jordan Peterson. I called him. I said Jordan, Jordy, Jord. That's what I call him, Jord. But don't tell him I call him that. He gets upset. I said, Jord, I'm going to talk about beta males tomorrow. Could you just make me a quick motivational video about beta males and alpha males, and then I'm going to play it on my live. So this, for the first time, RTP and JP together to tell you, be the beta male your mother wants you to be.
That idea, but people think, well, that's how you look at the world if you're sensible. It's like, well, Frans de Waal's been studying chimps for 30 years, and that's not true. That is not what happens. He told me flat out that frequently a small male can become alpha, especially if he has the support of a influential female. And the small male becomes alpha and has the support of the influential female, not because he expresses arbitrary power, but because he's unbelievably good at mutual reciprocation. And so he has friends, and he does things for his friends, and they do things for him, and they trust each other, and he has lots of friends, which also means he has no enemies, which turns out to be really important because the brute chimps, like the psychopath alphas, they do rule now and then, but they get torn to shreds by their enemies because, they're tough, let's say, and mean, but they have an off day, and two chimps they stomped a week before ally together and literally tear them into shreds. And so the psychopath chimp types who use power to attain dominance have very short rules and end in a very bloody way. And so De Waal has pointed out, like Piaget did among children, that power is an unstable ethic upon which to base a social hierarchy, even for chimp.
What was that? Power is an unstable ethic to build a social hierarchy. That's Jordan Peterson, folks. That's the man, the myth, the legend, the grifter, the man who accidentally, when he realized he is not a physically powerful man, realized he needed to figure out a way to make him as a beta male appealing to the alphas, and spitting some actual truth this morning. Didn't expect to see that this morning, did you? Shout out Jordan Peterson this morning. All right. Here's another thing I wanted to talk about today. Trump is not Trump, but there's a hearing in Colorado today to determine whether or not former president, twice impeached, 4-time indicted, civilly liable of sexual abuse, Donald Trump can be president. And there is somebody who was very proud to be testifying for the president. And let me find this. I think it is right here. Congressman Troy E. Nehls says, "I'm honored to announce I will be serving as a fact witness for President Trump's defense in the 14th Amendment removal sham trial in Colorado. I was at the doors on January 6th, face to face with protesters, and I know firsthand there was no insurrection. This sham trial is a clear election interference and has no basis in fact. I look forward to providing my eyewitness account of that." Now, when I read that, I thought to myself, that's odd. I remember seeing this on television, and it was an insurrection. And I don't remember seeing any congresspeople at the doors talking to the protesters saying, "Don't come in." And I thought, that's a oddly strange thing for him to say, because wouldn't we know that he was in the chambers of Congress? And it turns out he was in the chamber of Congress, and he was sitting in there with everybody else with the doors barricaded, and he had some different thoughts on January 6th that apparently now he's changed his mind about. So here he is on January 6th, standing here with the barricaded doors. There's an officer with a gun pointed at a MAGA. This is him right here doing not a goddamn thing. And he said, "I was proud to stand shoulder to shoulder with Capitol Police, barricading entrance to our sacred house chamber while trying to calm the situation, talking to protesters. What I'm witnessing is a disgrace. We're better than this. Violence is never the answer," he says. Violence is never the answer. The same man who, if we're going to go back here, the same man who said, "And I know firsthand there was no insurrection." Republicans are full of shit, man. They will lie about anything and everything, and it doesn't even matter. He knows those receipts exist. It doesn't matter, because the entire Republican Party is just hell-bent on just kissing Donald Trump's ass, because they're so afraid of him that they literally can't tell the truth. Despite the fact that the truth is out there, they can't bring themselves to do it because it'll make Don a little bit mad. And we don't want Don to get a little bit mad, because then he goes on Truth Central. Social. Central. What is it? Truth Social. Yeah. Be the beta your mom wishes you were. Leave MAGA. Support freedom. Forgive yourself for being duped. Those are the keys. Happy Halloween to everybody. I would love to see in the Discord, I'm going to check. If you're not in the Discord, join the Discord. I'd like to see your costumes today. Looks like dark hazelnut, also in a Snuggie, a pink one. It looks more plush than mine. I don't see any other costumes. Fucking, how lazy are you guys? You guys are so late. No costumes? None. Just same shit as always. Just a bunch of silly comments. You're all cowards. Everybody in the Discord is a coward for not putting on a costume and showing it here. I don't remember who it was. I want to say it was Cassie. Listen, we're at work. Like you're not wearing costumes at work. Somebody did. Wait, somebody posted their costume at work. Who was it? You cowards. By the way, I need a costume for tonight if any of you guys have ideas. I'm going to go trick-or-treating with my daughter. That's right. Bandan99 has a beautiful walrus. There you go. Big Dan Teague. Dressed up as a fucking walrus. He's at a desk. I see a calendar there. I see potentially some hockey folks. I don't know what those little bobblehead things are. A calculator. Real nice desk there, Dan, by the way. Very organized and clean desk. I'm impressed with that. You're at the hospital and they're dressed up. I'm sorry you're at the hospital. The thing is, I can't wear a MAGA hat, so I'm going trick-or-treating with my daughter in my old neighborhood with my ex and all of her friends and all the kids. So none of them like me. The person who likes me the most is probably, well, besides my daughter, is my ex. Actually, that's the only person who still likes me up there, is my ex. We are good friends. Everybody there's MAGA. On weekends, they have bonfires. They like floating the river. So many that might be what I do. I might just show up with a case of Bud Light. That's actually what I'm going to do. I'm going to go get a wagon, and I'm going to fill it with Bud. I'm just going to put a cooler that says free beer for parents and open it up, and it's going to be all Bud Light. I think that's what I'm going to do. How do we feel about that? Funny story. When I was a kid, I remember. Actually, never mind. I can't tell that story. Never mind. Somebody's here that's involved in that story. It's not that great of a story, so it's okay that I'm not. No, it's not a good story. It's really not a good story. So I'm not going to tell that story. All right, who was in the guest box here? Oh, there was somebody, and they're now gone. To my friends that are here, moderators are here. Jen is here. Diva is here. Good to have you. I don't know what other of my mods are here. Parker, what's up, dude? I see you lurking. Hi, Corey. Corey, interesting. Corey, put your thing up there again. Corey is kind of new, I think, to our group. And I saw your profile. You actually do ASMR. There you go. There's Corey. I watched that for like 20 minutes last night. I gotta be honest, I do not like it. It doesn't calm me, but I still watched it for 20 minutes. I don't know what that says. It didn't make me stressed. I just was confused by it. I don't understand ASMR, but if you guys like ASMR, she does fun things. She has long ass fingernails. Why did somebody ask me if Miss Julie morphed into a male conservative? I do not know. Why do the friends hate me? Jen asked. They hate me because they ain't me. That's not it. They don't like that I'm a liberal. I am not a popular person where I live. Even the friends that I do spend time with, my golf friends, they kind of just tolerate it. That's about it. But my views are not very popular where I live. So that's why they don't like me. And I don't do stupid shit. They do the dumbest shit. All they ever do is they get together and they play that fucking beanbag bro game. What do you call that thing? The beanbag? I forget what you call it. This is making me sound bad. What's that game? Cornhole. There we go. Sorry to all you Midwesterners. I know that's literally all you do in the Midwest is play cornhole. But I don't want to play cornhole and get drunk and make gay jokes all night. And so they don't like that. They really don't like it if they make a gay joke and you don't laugh. I call it bags. I like that, Benny. That's better. Official Eli lives in the Midwest and doesn't play cornhole. Bullshit. Every single person in the Midwest plays cornhole. Every day. There's not a single person in the Midwest that doesn't play cornhole. You're all lying if you say that. How dare you? Oh shit, what is this? Thank you. So we're going to cover this. The court documents show Gilbert Teen's disappearance has connection to Lori Vallow case. some startling new claims in court documents involving the disappearance of an Arizona teenager who was found safe Friday in Alaska after sparking an international search. Blaise Thibodeau is okay, but prosecutors want his mother and uncle extradited to Arizona to face charges. Court documents show a chilling connection to another Gilbert and Boise, Idaho case, Lori Vallow. She was sentenced to life in prison for killing her kids due to some belief in a biblical apocalypse. We could talk about that. Maybe I'll go as Chad Daybell. Whoa, my ex is blonde. We might be able to pull off a Chad Daybell, Lori Vallow. Send me pictures of Chad Daybell and Lori Vallow. We could maybe pull that one off. Well, let's see. What's the connection here? I don't know what the connection here is. That'll be interesting. I'll reach out to some of the people involved in the Lori Vallow case. I don't know them. I don't know the Thibodeaus. I thought I knew most of the people in the cult that Lori was in. Anyways, send me if you've got more from that. Shit. Let me know. Look at all these people saying, "What is cornhole?" There we go. Yes, the wedding photos. I could get a nice linen shirt. Yes. But the other thing is, remember that there was a picture from Lori in court, and she had like her makeup was destroyed. It was like her lipstick was all over her face. That's the one I'm looking for. Thanks, Jess. Good call on that one. Alphas unite. Do we have any alphas in here? Okay, this is some. Oh no. I could dress up as HVAC. I could just put on some sleeves. Sorry, I'm getting super distracted by Discord. Anyways, where's Chelsea? Alphas unite. Oh no, you're making a joke. Where are the alphas this morning? I thought we were going to do this. I don't have enough hair to Crisco. I have always kept my hair short. I've always had thin hair. I'm older now, so it's a little thinner in other spots. So you have to it grows at different rates, and then I get annoyed, and so maybe I'll grow out my hair. Maybe I'll grow out my hair for the next 6 or 8 months, and then so that by next Halloween, I guess a year, we could do it next year. We could pretend like Jeff that our hair isn't thinning. We could pretend that. Oh, sorry, I got in trouble for private chatting. All right, what are you guys doing for Halloween? I want to read in the comments here. This is not a sweater, Bree. This is just a Snuggie. It's fake. It's whatever this is. It's very warm. It's very comfortable. When I used to do sports betting picks, I would wear this. I can't remember I think I would wear it on winning streak. When I was on a winning streak, I would wear this. So if the hoodie was on, that meant I was on a winning streak. When I used to do those. Halloween movie. That sounds better. Freezing. Do any of you celebrate Halloween that don't have kids? It's honestly my least favorite holiday. It's a Fuggy. Yeah, it is a Fuggy. Let me get the brand name on it. How did you know it was a Fuggy? How do y'all know that? It's definitely not a Snuggie. I got this actually from my ex for Christmas last year. Ooh, yikes. It's a Joy Woo. I don't know about that. I don't know about Joy Woo. The tag is on my hoodie? Where? Oh, on the top? Oh, yeah, there it is. Joy Woo. Thank you. Thank you, Benny. Joy Woo. Thank you. LRTP, thank you. It's good to have an L this morning. Where was this other story here? I had one more story. I was relatively prepared for this morning. We've had such slow mornings, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I went on a live with Whisper yesterday. I don't know if Whisper's here. He did a great job, and I'm turning over a new leaf. I think Whisper's a little better than me at Davey. You show up in Arizona, I'll give you a hug. Whisper's a little better than me at letting Republicans spill 50 million points at once, and then I noticed he was taking notes. So I'm going to try something today with these conservatives, hopefully with some alphas. I'd love to hear from some alphas. But I'm going to let them say a few more things and take some notes. Halloween hater equals boring. Jay must be a boomer. Look, I am a boomer in my soul. When I get called boomer by the people in Discord, it doesn't hurt my feelings because I'm not a boomer. It hurts my feelings because for years now, since my early 20s, I've been trying not to be a boomer. Before boomers were even a thing, I didn't want to be... I tried not to be a boomer. I knew I was going to be. Luckily, I became a liberal, so some of my ideas changed. But I thought the other day about going to get some new clothes. I am older millennial. I'm 37. I thought yesterday about going to get some new clothes, and the mere thought of going to, like, the mall. Do people go to the mall? I don't even know. The mere thought of going to the mall made me sick. And then I was like, all right, I'll just go online and buy some clothes online. And I didn't know where to go. I haven't bought clothes for myself in 10 years. I never bought my own clothes. And I'm realizing now, no longer married, I'm going to at some point have to buy new clothes. And I don't know what clothes to wear. So this is going to be really, really difficult for me. And I just want your guys' thoughts and prayers as I go through this. RCB took get a wife. I had a wife. And she is a wonderful person. I have nothing but love and respect for my ex. She's a wonderful mother and a wonderful person. I'm not looking for a new wife though. I'm good where I'm at. Thank you though. Go to TJ Maxx and Ross it's the boomer guy thing. They got cheap name brands. I don't even know what the name brands are. Don't even know what the fucking name brands are. When I sold my business, we had this, one of my partners, he was really, sorry, I'm looking at this. He was really into making sure that, because we had a sales organization, so he wanted the sales reps to think like you could hit these peaks. So he always drove like a really, really nice car. He always wore like expensive brands. And when we brought him on as a partner, one of the things he did is like, he took us all shopping. And he's like, I'm going to teach you guys how to dress. Now, I was at the time the best dressed out of my partners because I was the least Mormon, which just means I didn't have to cover up my underwear. I could wear, whatever I want. I show a little skin. And we went to Zara. This was maybe like 5 or 6 years ago. Not one goddamn thing in that store fit me. I got some trunks for legs. I am 5'10", and I got hips that don't lie, and I have a very different body shape than most. Not one single item in that store fit me, and then I gave up. I gave up on dressing nice, so I bought some nice shoes instead, and then I got made fun of for the rest of the time until we sold that business, and that will continue. I am not a good dresser. Prove it, liar. If anybody wants to take me shopping, you're welcome to, but please know that the stuff needs to be stretchy. This is not opposition, but it is Judy.
Hi there.
Hi, Judy.
I'm a boomer, and I will counsel you through this.
Oh, fucking great. That's what I want. You're not helping me, Judy.
But no,
counsel me through it, though.
Boomer.
All right, what do we do?
I got 2 kids, so I know.
Okay.
I will counsel you through this. You'll be able to go shopping, and you'll get yourself some nice jeans and some nice plaid shirts, maybe, and maybe a little blazer and some cute tennis shoes.
This sounds like I can do all my shopping at Costco. This sounds great to me. It sounds like I can get my groceries in bulk, cheap hot dog, and some
I know
good
how
wardrobe.
Athletic you are. And
What's that?
I think you're on the preppy side. You're so athletic.
Okay.
Well, my son is a little bit older than you, but he dresses like that, real kind of preppy-ish.
So he just kind of gave up too?
Well, he has to wear a suit for work because of the lawyer stuff, but when he comes home, he's real athletic too. He's always at the gym or this, that. But anyway, if you need any help, I will definitely counsel. I'm sitting in the pool right now.
Oh, where do you live, Judy?
Florida, Sarasota.
Oh, okay. Congratulations on sitting in the pool. That's terrific.
I look at everybody wants to know what you look like.
I look like
Let me
this.
put this camera on. Wait a minute.
Can I see all my friends?
Yes, hold on.
Hello,
Your fan
friends.
group.
Live,
on a
live
second.
from Sarasota. Tuning in.
How do I put the camera on?
No, the boomers can't figure out the camera.
Wait a
no.
minute. Let me see here.
Hey, this isn't one of those closed optional Sarasota resorts, is it?
There we
got-
are.
No, we can't see you.
How can you not see me?
Well, I just see your profile picture.
Oh,
You
God.
gotta hit the camera.
All right, wait a minute.
Okay, Judy.
I'm all mixed.
There we go, Judy. Hey, everybody.
Look.
What's
Hi.
up? Hi, how are you? You all look
Good, how are
lovely.
you?
You look very tan and lovely.
We all want to take you shopping.
Hey, I'm coming to Sarasota. Let's go shopping, ladies. Let's go to
Let's do
Costco,
it.
Eddie Bauer, and let's catch an
Yeah.
early dinner, like a 5 p.m. dinner.
You got it.
We're not
Yeah.
early. We're not that old.
And there's some great golf courses here.
I'm in. I'm in. I'm ending the live now, and I'm headed to Sarasota.
That's okay. I'll be looking for you.
I can't
We
wait,
love
Judy.
you.
I love you too. We'll see you guys.
Bye now.
Bye.
Now get me out of here.
I got you, Judy. Listen, I'm not working another fucking day in my life. I'm going to Sarasota. I've got 3 sugar mamas. This is gonna go great. I'm gonna throw on my Eddie Bauer. Maybe a nice clean pair of Dockers, and we're headed to Sarasota. It's gonna be a great time. Popular Monster, what's up? Hey.
All right, question. Why are
Mhm.
you not dressed up as a potato farmer?
That's a good question. My wardrobe is limited, and I forgot today was Halloween, and I really
Oh, yeah,
only
did
put this
you-
on because I was cold. But I'll come up with something tonight.
Oh yeah, the dudes get a straw hat, go to Goodwill, get a pair of overalls with one buckle that doesn't work.
Nips out. Are you shirtless underneath, or do you throw a
Oh,
a
you gotta be
flannel?
shirtless underneath.
Sure. So nips
Gotta
out.
be
Yeah.
shirtless underneath. Get that redneck going, you know.
I'm on it. I'll see what I can do for tonight. If I don't go as Chad Daybell, maybe I'll go potato farmer.
I would do potato farmer and just go live and be like, all right, all potatoes, welcome.
I'm gonna be walking around with a bunch of fucking MAGA, so we'll see. Maybe I'll throw up some maybe I could like stealth go live, and you guys can just hear what they're talking about.
Oh, that'd be fun.
I'll see what I can do.
All right, man. Well, happy Halloween.
Thanks, you
Have a
too.
good
man.
one.
Be well. Somebody in the Discord just said I'm dressed like a middle-aged streamer who forgot to do the laundry. That's not way off. I'm middle-aged, I'm a streamer, and laundry's running a little low. It's not way off. That was not way off there. Thank you. I'm flustered. Honest to God, I'm flustered. All I can think about is Sarasota. What part of Florida? Let's look at flights to Sarasota. What are we looking at here? If I left today, is there an airport in there's an airport in Sarasota? Oh, hells yeah. All right. It's a little pricey. I could leave today. I could come back. I one way round trip. I need a one way. I'm staying there. One way, $430. Let's get to Sarasota. Sorry guys, it was my pleasure for all these months. Thanks for following me. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for the gifts. Thanks for helping build up this Discord and the YouTube. But I'm going to Sarasota. I'm retired now. What are you doing? What's the average age in Sarasota? 48.9 years. This is fucking beautiful. Sarasota is basically where I live, but in Florida. Where is it? Is it near Tampa? What side is it? Who has 400 just chilling? Well, listen, we're gonna have to do a GoFundMe, all right? But I think Judy and a couple friends might be in on this. Oh yeah, it's just on the Gulf side. Does the Gulf side get hit with hurricanes as much? What are you wearing, silly fluffy RTP? It's just a snuggie. Someone's gonna pick. Oh yeah, Grandpa from Tampa's gonna pick me up in his helicopter. That's why he can only get PB and J's, because he spent all his money on his goddamn helicopter, and now he's stuck there. Jay meetup in Sarasota. Amen. Listen, that's the key. RTP meetup in Sarasota. That's what we're doing. Son of a bitch. We're not talking any politics today. I don't give a shit who's in the box today. I think it's going to be tricky to get people up today anyways on Halloween. DeSantis went on Patrick Bet David yesterday. And Patrick Bet David confronted him about the lifts. Here it is. You guys can listen to this. This was funny.
Your zipper up. Hey, Pat, do this. Hey, pull one of your socks is lower than the other one. I'm sure your marketing team points out how they're trying to troll you in the marketplace. Okay, I'm sure they're doing that. Can you bring this one clip? I know you were on, what do you call it? On, what was it? Bill Maher, and Bill Maher talked about the boots. I've seen you walk with these boots. Go ahead and play this clip. This on TikTok went viral. It doesn't have 1 million views. It doesn't have, 10 million views. This thing's got 1.2 million likes. And some people are wondering,
what are they? I don't even, I haven't seen that.
They've not shown this to you. Okay,
No.
What they're trying to say with this is that in your boots, you have heels.
No.
That's
Yeah,
what they're trying to say.
those are just standard off the rack Lucchese.
How tall are you? How tall are you, Governor? How tall?
5'11".
5'11". Okay. Why don't you wear tennis shoes and dress shoes?
I do wear tennis shoes when I work out. Yeah, 100%.
You do?
Yep.
Okay. I got a gift for you. I'd love for you to wear, okay, I shop at Ferragamo, okay, and
I don't accept gifts. I can't accept it.
I totally get it.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to put it here, and Ferragamo can get a nice sponsorship. And then
Okay.
if you wear it, you fair. I know.
I think we just.
Oh wait. Well, he just goes on to not address it. But the videos of Ron DeSantis, those boots have got to be like 14s. No dude no human that's 5'11" has a size 14 foot, unless they're like in 7th grade and they haven't grown yet. Like their feet grew early. Like when I grew late. I was 5'3" until the beginning of my junior year. And then I had a huge growth spurt. But like in 7th grade, I had 6th or 7th grade, I had a size 10 foot, but I was just a tiny little dude, so it looked like I had skis, and I grew into them. That's the only way that a person that's 5'11", as Ron DeSantis was, maybe one day. Shut up with these pictures you guys are putting in there. Fucking Discord. I can't look at Discord. But Ron DeSantis doesn't have feet that are that big. I don't know what it is. There's just something. There's something appealing about conservatism for really, really insecure men. They just love that. Thanks, Jen. Thanks, Jen. Jen got a good screenshot of me and my ladies in Sarasota. Short little Mormon. I'm 5'10" now, but I was 5'3", and that was devastating. Especially when I was trying to find a girlfriend in those early days. 5'3" was tough. That was tough. 5'8" with size... See, M. Scott, I was 5'8" with size 13 feet as a sophomore in high school. Now 6'1", size 13. That works out. I'm just saying, Ron DeSantis, and you don't sit that way. Your toes don't sit up that way. Nothing about what Ron DeSantis is doing inside his shoes seems legitimate. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. I swear to God, I'm 5'10". I'm like a legitimate 5'10". If you could find like stuff from my high school, my basketball coach always listed me at 6 feet. So I was listed at 6 feet. I've never been 6 feet tall. It's like I'm 5'10". I'm being honest about that. If I was lying, I would go 6 feet. But then you guys would all be like, yeah, right, you're 5. That's what I should do. I should say 6 feet, because everybody. How dare all of you women just assume that we're all lying about our height? How dare you? That's dead. Fuck all of you. 5'9". We'll measure. I don't know. I could have. It is possible. It is possible. I could. There's a measuring tape. I could measure later today. If somebody wants to send me a message later today, I'll measure it, and we'll see if I'll do it shoes off, and I'll get my exact height. I'll even record it if somebody reminds me. But I'm thinking about lifts now. Now I'm thinking about lifts. We are measuring height. We are measuring height. We are not measuring anything else. We are measuring height. Height, my friends. Height. All right. Let's head over to the news, see what they're talking about. Ivanka is trending. I looked at I think November 1st, 2nd, and then like 6th and 8th, you got the Trump kids all testifying against Daddy. Donald was on here yesterday telling us about that. That might have been on a different one. Navajo, welcome. Fuck, I'm scared.
Hey, man.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's up?
Well, I'm looking at your topic, so I'm gonna try to stay there. I kind of was hearing height. I don't know what that has to do with anything.
Oh,
But
I'm being height shamed right now.
oh,
It's what liberals do. They height shame.
okay. It says leave MAGA. That's kind of a broad brush to paint, and if you'll just give me a minute and then just count me down the last 10 seconds, if that's okay, because I'm in your house. I want to play by your rules.
No, do whatever you want. Take your time.
Okay.
I'm turning a new leaf today where I'm going to let MAGA people finish all of their thoughts.
Well, I'm an
and I'm going to
independent,
try.
so
Okay. Well, everybody. I should have just said guests, and I'm going to try and take notes. I'm trying a new thing today, so you're
I
my.
don't like aliens. I mean, that should be reserved for people that are coming over from space. MAGA, things like Demorat. I don't like any of that stuff. We're all Americans.
That's true, except for the ones that aren't.
I think divide and conquer is a globalist attempt right now. But anyway, going back to leave MAGA, to me, some people are way too emotional about Trump, almost like they're going on some dating app for a POTUS. This guy's too mean. He's too rude. I think it's best to think of a POTUS as just a 4-year quarterback for the United States. That's it. Few should care about their personal life, tabloid news, or 8 years of theoretical indictments, or did Brady cheat on his wife or deflate the football. I mean, you just got to look at the season like a Super Bowl, okay? So from 2016 to 2020, and I know you're going to say, well, that's not why this and that's not why that, but it just happened. And I don't think stereotypical machine politicians would ever let it get that low. But we had $1.87 gas. We had world peace, U.S. prosperity, like 4 Nobel Peace Prize nominations, and the cheapest food, energy, gas, utility cost in a long time. And then we get Biden. And this will be my last 20 seconds. Then we get Biden. We got starving U.S. babies, $5 to $8 gas, $2 trillion U.S. 401k losses. All food, energy, utility costs more. Sudan, Israel, and Ukraine wars. And the city's crime is at epic highs. So I'm done.
All right, it's going to take a minute because that's a lot of things. The first thing I'd say is, I think what you're saying about gas. If you want to talk about gas, that's fine, but don't make it like the most unfair comparison possible. You're taking the low gas price from Trump, which happened during COVID when nobody was driving, and you're comparing it to the high point of the Biden administration. Do you feel like that's kind of unfair?
Well, I think a lot of people weren't driving in the blue areas, which they use public transportation a lot anyway, but generally speaking, they were giving away barrels of oil. I don't think even then,
the whole world was shut down. Gas prices around the world went down. This is globally. This is not in the United States. It's not red state, blue state. The demand for oil was down, so the cost went down. Why else would the price of gas under the Trump administration be generally raising? Like slowly raising, and then all of a sudden hit $1.80 low right in the middle of a pandemic when everything was shut down.
Well, it's not. I mean, that was January 2020. Actually, that was Trump's last year. He was in at 2016. Remember? So the pandemic.
My friend, he was elected in 2016. Remember, he takes office in 2017.
Right.
And he leaves office in 2020, and he left office in 2021.
When you have a speculative market, that's what actually drives. Biden could literally say tomorrow, I am going to do everything I can to become the #1 energy producer in the world, and the prices will drop. Just from that.
Wait, we're producing more energy now than
I
we
know,
did
but
at
that's
any
just
point
one
during the
branch.
Trump. No, we're producing more energy now than at any time during the Trump administration. So how does what
Yeah,
you're
but
saying make okay? So prices should be if this was about Trump
no,
policies and energy independence, then shouldn't it be cheaper?
no, sir. Because
Why not?
and I'll tell you why. Because it's not really what the whole. You're missing the forest for all the trees in the way. His goal is to end. He's even stated it to just go, attack oil. He wants to go all, which is not a bad thing. Earth would be happy about that, but it's just not practical. So when you declare war on energy, it made the
You wouldn't
United States
declare
sick.
war on energy. What are you
And
talking
when
about?
the
Wait,
United
what? No, no,
States
wait,
gets
hold
sick,
on, hold
Earth
on,
gets sick.
hold on. When did he declare war on oil?
He said it on several speeches.
He said,
He's
I
like he
declare
wants to
war
get
on
away
oil?
from fossil fuels all the time.
Yeah, everybody says that. You just said
No,
that.
not everybody, but
You
yeah.
just said that.
I mean, I didn't say it was not a good thing. It's just not it is impractical to say it now until we
Okay.
actually get the mechanics to make it work.
No, it's impractical to do it now. It's not impractical to say we need to start preparing to move away from fossil fuels, and we need to invest in. We need to be able to invest in other energy sources, green
Right.
energy sources. That's not the same as going away. If it was
Yeah.
going away, then we would not be producing more oil than we did before.
Yeah, but we're not actually. That's kind of like trying to say, how come when Brady left, all the teams started losing? Because that's just one guy that brought
No,
wins.
no, no. This is more.
Trump
No,
could literally,
this is
his
more.
fear
Wait, no.
would
This is
scare
more like.
OPEC.
No, hold on. This is more like Brady saying, "I'm leaving in 2 years," because we're still drilling. This is
Completely.
Brady saying, "I'm retiring in 2 years." If Brady said I was retiring in 2 years, does that mean the team would fall apart? No, but they might be planning for the future. They might be looking at drafting a younger quarterback, right?
But they know
they
that he's
might
not.
be looking. They might be saying like, "Hey, we can overspend on this guy because Brady's number is going to come off of our cap." What you're talking about is essentially planning for the future, not saying this is the future and it starts now. Biden's doing a
Yeah,
great job. That's what the infrastructure bill was about. The infrastructure bill is about planning for the future, about green energy down the line. And he's continuing to drill so that it doesn't kill Americans in their pocketbook. Like, it's one of the biggest criticisms from the left of Joe Biden is that he's still drilling too much.
yeah, but that's again just one branch of the big tree of energy, um, and he's
But
just
we're
not
talking about
into
oil prices, dude. We're talking about
fossil
gas prices.
fuel
Wait,
energy.
but
He's
we're
not
talking
into.
about gas prices. You were talking about gas
Okay, what
prices.
you use the Brady scenario. So when he says I'm going for in 2 years, that means he's going to in his head not want to get injured because he's going to be on another team to bring a Super Bowl win. And it's just amazing that people can't conceive that
No,
one guy can
stop
bring
it.
wins to a team. I mean,
Stop it.
explain to me how Brady brings Super Bowl rings to his
Because he's
team.
a really good fucking quarterback. And then when he
But
went
he's just
and he
one
went
guy.
and he
He
went
has a
to
whole
and
nother
he
team
went
trying to beat
and when
him
he
every
left
game.
yeah, and when he left New England, he picked a team that had all the components necessary that were just short a quarterback, and then he brought in other players
That's
like Antonio Brown and Rob Gronkowski with him, and suddenly that team was a Super Bowl contender. Guess what?
yeah, but that's three
Joe
guys.
Biden also is bringing in great people. He brought in Pete fucking Buttigieg, who name one other transportation secretary. You can't. Nobody ever knew who the fucking transportation secretary is, but Pete Buttigieg is so goddamn good at his job that everybody knows who he is, and we passed a massive infrastructure bill that literally everybody in Congress and the Senate is going home and bragging about. Yeah, like Biden showed up and Biden was more like, remember the I'm glad we're doing sports. Remember the Peyton Manning years
Well,
in Denver?
that's an analogy, a metaphor.
Remember
You know,
the Peyton Manning years in Denver?
similar to me. Why you look at the whole season instead of every
Remember
single play.
remember the Peyton Manning years in Denver?
All right, let me ask. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, Peyton was well past his prime, right?
Yeah, Doug Flutie.
Yeah,
Biden is kind of like Doug
but
Flutie.
what
Shouldn't
did
even
he
be
do?
playing.
He surrounded himself with good players around him, and they all collectively got the job done and got Peyton Manning some rings. That's who Joe Biden is. Joe Biden is old-ass Peyton Manning. He showed up. He can make a third down throw when he needs to, but for most of the time he's just handing that shit off, right? And he's hoping his defense is pretty good. Once in a while, you got like Joe, you got to throw one. He's like, fuck.
But you gotta look at the season.
And once in a while, Joe throws one, and it's good.
Host, you got to look at the season, man. Now look at the 4-year season from Trump and look at the 4-year season from Biden. We got 3 wars going on, possible World War III. Food, energy, utility. Biden even said he's not worried about his team. He's worried about the whole NFL franchise, aka the world, which I don't know if it's necessarily a bad thing, but that'd be like a CEO worrying about other companies or a head coach worrying about other teams. And we have a president that's worried about Earth instead of the United States. So if you can you honestly tell me the 4 years from Trump and the 4 years from Biden are better under Biden?
Yes.
For the United States?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. If you think so, I respectfully disagree.
Well, let's talk about why, because you don't seem to want to go into details. We went over.
Well, it's like trying to pick out why Brady won and Flutie didn't.
Remember.
You can't do it. You just got to hop out of the box and look and say, okay, this season was better for you.
Navajo. Dude, I've been
okay, my
really
bad. You got to count me down the last 10 seconds because I lose track of my minute.
No, what happens is I start talking and then you start talking in the middle of my sentences.
Okay, my bad. I'm in your house. I want to play better.
Countdown issue. Yeah. Gas is supply and demand. The gas prices have come down. But if it's Joe Biden's fault, or if it's like if Trump caused the low gas prices, then you're going to have to explain how he caused low gas prices all around the world. And if Biden caused high gas prices, then you're going to have to show me how he did that all around the world. You can't. Nobody can. The only people that blame the president for gas prices are political people, people that want to argue about politics. Anybody with any sense in that industry will tell you that Joe Biden and Donald Trump, it made no goddamn difference which one of them was in office. This is basic supply and demand. That's all this is. There have been no substantive changes on energy between the Trump administration and the Biden administration. The only real difference is rhetoric. And if you're going to say that all of this inflation on gas prices was caused by rhetoric and not the reopening of the global economy, then you're out of your goddamn mind, man. This is all supply and demand. This is not about politics. Gas prices have never been about politics. They never are.
Okay, well, here's what...
If they rose because Joe Biden came in and cut drilling and cut production and said, no more subsidies for these oil companies, no more subsidies for auto manufacturing, no more subsidies across the board, we're taking all that money and we're putting it into green energy, then yes, you could come up here and be like, that's his fault. And I would say, you're right, that is his fault. But you're giving too much credit and too much blame on gas prices. The president doesn't control that. It's a silly talking point that people shouldn't even be arguing about.
I think that you're underestimating the power of one guy.
You're overestimating the power of one guy.
OPEC controls gas prices, and fear with Trump is their deterrent for acting stupid. Biden, you can't tell me he's a strong POTUS, and weakness draws aggression globally.
I absolutely can tell you he's a strong
What happens
POTUS.
when the teacher leaves the room, host? All the students go kind of stupid.
Hold on. That's only if the teacher hasn't instilled proper principles with those children. That's only if the teacher runs everything. It says, like, you have to focus on me. I run this shit. I'm in charge. If you are a teacher, hold on, wasn't done. If you're a teacher that gives the kids in the class trust, you give them responsibility, you give them autonomy, and you give them the ability to control their own experience, then when you leave the room, they're going to be accountable to each other. That's the problem with Donald Trump. He and only he is the person who gets to choose things. That's why he was a dog shit leader. That's why all of you guys have to vote for him, because he may be
a dog shit person.
He's a dog shit leader.
But a leader, you got to look at his season and tell me, again, Kobe was at 2020.
Let's talk about his season then. What
I just did.
We're talking about leadership now, right?
Yeah, 4 Nobel Peace Prize nominations. A first historic flight from an Israel country to an Arab country.
Hold on.
Well, you asked me a question. You said, right?
Yeah, but then I didn't ask you to say a bunch of other things on top of that. So we're talking about leadership, right?
Yeah.
So we're talking about the people that he leads, his team.
The power of a good
So
leader
let's
is
talk.
what I'm
Yes.
talking.
So let's talk about his
Like
team.
Brady.
So let's talk about his team. Okay. We're going to talk about a good leader, and we're going to talk about his team. How many
Well,
of his team has been indicted?
Oh, indicted just means accused. They've been saying that for 8 years. So
How many have been guilty?
that's irrelevant.
Why?
Trump has never been convicted of a
I
crime.
didn't say
but
no. I said a good leader. A good leader wouldn't surround themselves with criminals, would they?
Brady just brought Kronk. That's it.
We're talking
And
about
one
Trump.
other person. That's not the
Talking
whole
about Trump.
team.
We're talking about Trump.
Yeah.
His team.
The
Trump's
power
team-
of a leader
Wait, Trump-
matters.
Wait. Okay, so let's talk about it. Did the power of the leader cause more or less people to be indicted than maybe any other previous administration?
Okay, indicted again just means accused.
No, I'm talking about guilty.
Trump's, I don't know, processing crimes like insurance and tax forms. I bet you that my or your taxes can't handle a microscope.
Well, I've been audited a lot, so mine
So
usually
have
do. Mine usually do.
And Trump
have
has
tax-
had his taxes with the IRS for decades. He didn't just get here, and they are the people that he's doing.
Hey,
just fine.
brother, you're running right now from this topic. We're going to talk
No,
about
I'm not.
No, because we're talking about leadership. If you're talking about a good leader in general, just in life, what makes up a good leader?
But the indictments had tax issues there.
If
That's why I
they're
brought that.
good, Lord, dude, did you hear what I said?
Yeah.
In life, what makes a good leader? What are some qualities of a good leader?
You can't really tell to the end of the season.
You know, there's been
Did he bring Super Bowl rings to you,
God,
to your
brother.
host, or did he
Oh
not?
my God, brother. There's plenty of examples in this world of good leaders. There's books written about leadership every fucking day. You can't identify some qualities of a good leader?
Well, there's what you learn in school, and then there's real life. And I just look at I'm an independent.
I'm talking about real life. Do you work for yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, have you ever worked for somebody else?
Yeah.
Did you have a good boss?
They would change often.
Okay, wait. Pick a boss that you thought was a good leader. Let's talk about that boss.
A good leader. Okay, I have one in mind.
What did you think? Why was that boss a good leader?
Because he didn't hover.
So he gave you.
He didn't come in and try to reinvent the wheel.
Navajo, real quick. Each time you do a point, I'm just going to clarify. I'm going to maybe expand on it so I get a
okay.
Because this is happening in your head, not mine. So you said he didn't hover, meaning he kind of let you have autonomy to do your job without.
Right.
Okay. What else?
He didn't try to reinvent the wheel of what was working, but improve the aerodynamics.
Okay, cool. So he was willing to build on things that worked, didn't demand on starting over. He just made little tweaks that made things better, right?
Right.
Okay, what else?
That's just off the top of my head.
So let's talk about these things. Donald Trump, is he good at letting other people do their jobs?
In politics, I think he was on training wheels his first 4 years, so no, he didn't really pick really great people around him. He got Caesared, in my humble opinion.
Wait, hold on. You're not answering the question. Did he let people do their job? Or did they all have to? Did they all, or was he more like dictatorial in how he runs things? You could look at
he had a CEO mentality. It really isn't dictatorial. It's kind of like what CEOs do.
No, I've had really good CEOs. The company I owned, I was not the CEO. I was one of the owners. The CEO was my direct boss.
Let me ask you this: does the CEO make a difference?
But what this CEO did,
it does.
But what he did is he gave people autonomy. He stayed out of the way. He didn't try and take credit for everything. When something went wrong, he didn't blame others. He blamed himself. Even if I fucked up, he would go in front of the company and blame himself. Every single time he took ownership. And what it did for me is when he did that, I'm like, nah, it was me. And then whoever reported to me that might have had some parts of that, they're like, nah, it was me. And everybody collectively realized we had fucked up. Nobody had to be yelled at. We just got better.
Well,
Donald Trump's bad at that, right?
Well, in politics is a little different because you got to get everybody on your team to vote for you.
Okay, show me one time in Donald Trump's life that he admitted he was wrong.
Okay, well that's feelings. Okay, that's a little different.
No.
But that's kind of like
mistake. One time Donald Trump admitted to making a mistake.
That's like saying, how come the whole team doesn't get Brady's salary?
No.
Because
So
he's the one that brings it
so
in.
he's not a good leader, right? I'm not saying he wasn't the president. I'm not saying he has to do these things. I'm saying you just said that that's what makes a good leader, and he doesn't fit any of those leadership qualities.
He fits the most important one is he won the Super Bowl. He brought wins to the team,
That's
but
not a leadership
that'd be like
quality.
Brady.
No,
He
that's not a
should, yeah.
leadership quality.
I'll give you that.
By the way,
he
didn't
should.
win. Hold on, he didn't win the Super Bowl. He won one election. The true mark of a good
No,
president.
that's not the Super Bowl.
The true mark of a good president would be a second term.
No,
You cannot
that's
be
not.
considered a good
That's not the
president
Super
and
Bowl.
have one term. What other
We
good
got
one-term presidents did we have?
we got differences of opinion on what my Super Bowl head is the season, $1.87 gas, world peace, U.S. prosperity,
No,
4
you
Nobel
don't
Peace
get,
Prize
you don't get to
nominations.
go there because these
That's
are
the Super Bowl,
No, these are things that I'll
not
go
being
through,
elected.
I'll go through them one by one then. 187 gas, he didn't fucking do that. If you don't understand that, you don't
It was
understand
there.
economics. Hold on. World peace did not
He
exist
brought
under
it.
him. Hold on. World peace did not exist under him. He was using drone strikes all over the fucking world.
He got 4 Nobel Peace Prize nominations.
He murdered. I'm almost there, my friend. I'm reading these. I'm reading your exact points. So don't worry. I'm
The
gonna
aerial
cover
strikes from Nigerian government,
Dude,
and French
Navajo.
government.
Jesus Christ, dude. When I'm
You
talking,
said one by one.
I'm reading yours one by one. I'm reading
Oh,
them,
okay.
so just shush.
You want me to wait? Okay, go.
Yes, I do. World peace didn't happen under him. Russia was in Ukraine. They had annexed Crimea. They were there. Russia already was there. If you want to talk about what's happening in Israel and Palestine, let's talk about the Abraham Accords. Let's talk about a peace agreement that did not include Palestine. It was a peace agreement that basically said we're going to allow Israel to do whatever the fuck they want. And the people that signed the peace agreement were all countries that were already peaceful with each other. That was a fake, phony peace agreement. It was just an agreement between these other countries basically to say, Israel, do whatever the fuck you want. Nobel Peace Prize. He was nominated. It takes nothing to be nominated. You can be nominated. Did he win it? No,
Doesn't take nothing.
he didn't. He wasn't even close to winning it. You can nominate somebody for a Nobel Peace Prize even if they are a garbage piece of shit person. I could pull up a list of awful people who were nominated for that Peace Prize. A nomination is not something to hang your hat on. Energy
Well, it's not a
costs
character
and
prize.
energy costs and food costs also had a lot to do with the entire global economy shutting down and then having to reopen, and that's very expensive. And companies want to make money. They don't want to lose money. So the reason prices went up is to recoup the money that they had lost and pay for the increases for production and for labor that came as the global economy reopened. It's silly of you to hang your hat on these points when literally none of these either happened or were because of Donald Trump. You're just saying things that happened and then linking them together. It's like you're saying, great job, Donald Trump, for Tom Brady winning a Super Bowl. Just because it happened during the years that Trump was there doesn't mean he did it. And if he did it, you're going to have to show me how. And you've been unable to do that.
Well, I did do that.
How?
It's just you're refusing to see the power of.
How did
You're
Donald
like
Trump
saying
lower
it's
gas
not
prices
Tom
to
Brady that brought the
$1.87?
wins.
How did he lower
It's not
gas prices to $1.87 specifically?
the fear source of OPEC that OPEC had with Trump as the quarterback, kind of
No.
umbrella
So
over
you're
them.
so you're
Fear is a
saying
really big factor. To
prices
not
came
have
down
fear
because they were afraid
is another
of him?
really
What were
big
they
factor.
afraid of? Wait, what were they afraid of?
Trump
What? Yeah, OPEC was afraid of Trump doing what?
being cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and sending another
doing
100
what?
missiles over there like he did Saudi Arabia
Over
for chemical.
So OPEC lowered gas prices because they were afraid Donald Trump was going to send missiles their way?
No. Fear. Just the general.
Fear of what?
I just told you, Donald Trump. You're trying to
Donald
negate
Trump
the
doing
power
what?
of one person.
Donald Trump doing what?
You would have to tell me how come Brady got there
Oh
and
my
the team
God.
won.
No more Brady. No more Brady. You have to answer questions directly or I have to go to the next person. They were afraid of Donald Trump doing what?
going after them for hurting United States citizens.
How would he
Pay.
go
Donald
after
Trump's
them?
goal
How
was
would he
America
go?
first.
How would he go after them?
A minutia of ways. It's like it's an ingredients of just fear is the umbrella that controls a lot of issues
So
and
again,
people.
you're not going to say anything specific at all. Fear of
Because
him
it's
doing.
not. It's like, oh, how did Tom Brady win all these rings?
No,
Name
no,
one
no.
how
We
he
already
specifically did it.
no more Tom fucking Brady.
It's the same thing.
No, listen, dude. The problem with your line of thinking, and I'm going to be really honest with this, and you should be honest with yourself. You actually don't have answers.
Yes, I do.
Then if you have answers, then answer specifically. What was OPEC afraid of?
Raising gas prices on the United States populace.
OPEC was no. What were they afraid of Trump doing to them?
Making their life harder than it already is.
How?
How can the United States president make OPEC's life more difficult? Is that
Yes.
a serious question?
Yes, it is. Now answer.
You know that. The blanket.
No, let's just pretend I don't know that, and you just tell me. Let's pretend you're the teacher, I'm the student. Just tell me what he would have done.
Create war.
So you think that Donald Trump kept oil prices low?
No,
by
what I think is
by threatening war.
I mean, war is a general, not necessarily missiles,
Okay, then
but
what?
just fear.
No,
It's
you've
a-
already
it's a-
said fear, and now you're back to nothing specific. What would Donald Trump specifically do? You just keep saying fear.
Okay, war is a broad brush. You don't have to throw missiles to create
Oh
war.
my God, dude! One more time, Navajo. If you don't know, just say I don't know. Nobody's gonna like. Not everybody is an expert. I'm not an expert on this either. But if you don't know something, stop speaking in generalities. And
But-
you're independent. You're Mr. Independent.
You're
You don't know
deflecting.
you don't know the answer to this. So just say I don't know.
I do know the answer to
Okay,
this.
then
The
what's the
power
answer?
of one person
The power
is
of one
why
person to do
OPEC
what?
stayed in line.
To do fucking what? What would that one person do specifically? Navajo, over to you.
He could light up the entire continent and it'll glow for the next 100 years.
What does that mean?
That would be the worst case
He's gonna
scenario.
put Christmas lights on. Which continent was he gonna light up?
How many times did Trump say if
Which
one American citizen
continent
died?
was he going to light up?
OPEC. He could.
OPEC is
I
not
didn't
a
say he
continent.
was.
Which
but their
continent?
fear
which
is that-
continent is he going to light up? OPEC is not a continent. Can you name the 7 continents?
It's irrelevant.
You said he was going to light up the entire continent. So I'm asking you which continent you're talking about.
So you're deflecting into OPEC has a big round table.
I am not
They all sit there.
deflecting a goddamn thing. I'm asking you a question about words that came out of your mouth. And the words
Yes.
that came out of
And it
your
was
mouth was,
answered.
he would light up an entire continent. My response to that was, which continent? It feels like you should just be naming a continent now.
You're trying to get me to say Trump would
Oh
attack a
my
specific country? I'm not going to go
God.
there.
What did you mean by light up a whole continent then?
Just what I said.
That
could-
doesn't
the
make any
fear-
goddamn sense.
the
What
fear
continent? Which one? Which continent?
Which continent?
He would light up an entire continent. Which continent?
You asked what
would
fear? That's-
Yes, and you said the fear of him lighting up an entire continent, and now I'm asking which continent, and then my follow-up question, if you ever answer which continent, is what do you mean by light up? If you can't, if
I
I
answer
swear to
that.
God, I swear to God, if your next answer, if the next words out of your mouth are not a continent, I gotta hang up. Which continent was he going to light up?
Any continent that hurt United States populace.
Which one? I'm getting one more chance. Name a
Do
continent.
you disagree that Trump instilled fear on the bad guy?
Name a fucking continent, dude.
It's irrelevant. I'm not going to go to school with you.
School?
I'm not going to say Trump is going to attack these people so
Well, then what are
they
you
get in
saying?
trouble.
Then what does light up mean?
Light up means that any continent that attacked the United States citizens
There's no continent that would
was in
there's no
fear
continent
of
there's no wait,
retaliation.
there's no continent that would attack the United States because there is no continent that is unified. The continents are made up of different countries, and not a single continent would unify against the United States because on every continent we have allies. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
OPEC. We're talking about OPEC.
OPEC is not a
right
country.
now
It is
for
not
gas.
a continent. It is none of those things.
Okay, I use a hypothetical. He could light up an entire continent.
Oh my
That
God.
was a hypothetical.
All right, I gotta let you go, dude. This is getting like.
What
it's-
you should do is embrace the
what
power
you should-
of
no,
one
what
guy.
you should do is shut the
Embrace
fuck
the
up
power
and
of one
listen.
guy and
You
what
should-
one fear will do.
Say that again.
I said you should embrace the power of one guy can bring to a team and what the power of that person can bring.
So something like more of a centralized like autocracy, like where one
Like
guy.
like Tom Brady.
Right.
The only thing I can think of that would
Wait,
compare
hold
to
on,
it
hold on,
when you
stay
have a
with
whole
me.
nother team against you
So you
would
want-
be
you
why
want
did
like
Tom
a-
Brady bring wins
Hold
when he
on,
got
I'm
there?
asking you a
The
question.
same reason.
I said no more Tom Brady. Be quiet. So you're saying
Well, that's an analogy.
Oh my God! I said
You're gonna
be
tell
quiet,
me
that-
my argument?
Be quiet.
You can't
Be
dictate
quiet.
my
I'm
argument.
asking you a question, Navajo.
Okay,
So
go
are
ahead.
you saying this would be like more of like a centralized autocracy where like we focus on that strong man, like we need that kind of leader? And that leader should be like strong military?
All leaders should be strong, yeah.
Okay, and strong military?
The military for the United States isn't really our military. It's 120 million civilian
I
armed
said,
forces. Our
would you
strength.
want a strong military? Jesus fuck, dude. Have you answered a question before? These are opinions. You don't have to dodge opinion. I'm just asking your opinion. These are not gotchas.
A strong military is a good thing.
Okay, great. And then what about like suppressing the opposition? Do you like that idea?
No, this has been going on for 8 years.
Weird. Eight years. So okay, gotcha.
You don't
what
think
about-
that it has been going on for 8 years?
Okay.
From
and then-
Pelosi,
and you-
Bragg,
and then
James,
you
Willis
said-
Smith?
And then you said no, that's stupid. And then you said that
That's
you don't
reality.
like,
That may be stupid,
Shush.
but
No,
it's
stupid.
reality.
It's not reality, or and it is stupid. One more thing. You said you're a nationalist, correct?
I don't know what that means. What do you mean nationalist?
Well, you said you don't like globalists. That would make you probably, by definition, and based on your support of Donald Trump, who's a
No,
self-avowed
I support
nationalist.
America and just think he's the best
Okay,
quarterback.
Okay, so you're a nationalist. Got it. So all the things that you just talked about, a centralized
I'm independent.
a centralized autocracy, a strong leader with militarism, subordination of individual interests, all of that is describing fascism, my friend. You're just
No,
a
it's
fascist,
not.
and you know it literally. I'm reading the goddamn definition of
Suppression
fascism.
of the-
That's why
of-
I asked those. Forcible suppression of opposition. Yes, forcible suppression of opposition. Donald Trump
In your own
running,
country.
Donald Trump running out CNN out of the White House press room. Donald Trump campaigning on an idea that he gets to control what they say on social media. That social media companies are not allowed to mark something as fake news. That they're not allowed to
Not true.
to choose. No, that's what he's running on, you potato. He's running on that.
That's like telling a prosecuting attorney you can only hear me.
Dude, your analogies are stupid.
The left
This
wings,
is-
the
shut
left
up,
wings
shut
were
up,
saying this.
Shut up, shush,
This is
shush,
what we want
shush.
you to hear,
All right,
jury.
Gotcha. You're muted. This is on his website. Stop trying to make analogies. These things are on his website. These are things he is saying. You can't argue these. They're on his website. You just like fascists, and I know why.
Not at
the
all.
The reason you like fascists is because you don't know what the fuck is going on. You have no idea how anything works. You don't know how economics work. You let me pull up your notes here.
You live in a book.
You don't know how economics work. You don't know what world peace is. You don't know how Nobel Peace Prizes work. You don't know how energy and gas prices fluctuate. You don't know anything. The only point that you have made at any point, and you've made it a trillion times, is strong leader. And you keep saying Tom Brady and Donald Trump. And this idea that our country is supposed to unify around a strong leader is the exact opposite of how we were designed to be. We are not designed to be fascists. We are not designed to want an autocracy. We are designed to work as a collective. We are designed to work together. The president is not supposed to be the supreme leader. The president has certain roles. The president is supposed to lead the military. The president is supposed to present to the world stage a unified view of America. He doesn't do any of that. Donald Trump does none of that. You like him because he says a lot of mean things.
I don't like him at all.
And he talks like a tough guy. But
no, not at all.
You just want
That's
fascism.
your opinion.
It is my opinion. But
not at all.
everything you've said today screams of fascism.
Fascism is what's happening for the last 8 years.
You don't know what fascism is, I bet.
Yes.
What's fascism? Explain it.
The suppression of your opposition for 8 years from Pelosi, Bragg, James, Willis Smith, theoretical indictments that have yet to come up with a conviction in a court. Thank God the U.S. founders saw the Salemists screaming, burn the Trump witches for 8 years coming.
Shush.
That's fascism.
You just named a bunch of names, and then you said indictments that haven't been proven in court. Well, they haven't gone to court yet, have they, pal?
Yes. You think he just started getting accused?
He just started he's been indicted 4 times.
He's been accused for 8 years, man.
Dude, shut up for a second.
Look, I'm in your house. I'm going to give you respect, but don't disrespect me.
Well, because you're saying dumb shit now. You can't stay.
According to you.
No, shut up for 1 second. You said fucking indictments. So I'm
8 of them.
So I'm talking about. There's only 4, you potato. So I'm talking
about. No, he's been accused for 8 years.
Be quiet. You said indictments, so we are talking about indictments. Then I said none of those have gone to court, and you're like, well, 8 years. The problem with you is I don't think you know what any of these words mean.
You go by labels. That's the problem with you.
Yes,
is you go by labels.
Have meanings. Yeah,
no, indicted just means accused.
What?
He's been accused for 8 years, impeached twice, found not guilty twice. Russia, Mueller.
Did you say indictment
on and on and on.
Shush. Did you say indictment means accused?
Exactly what they mean.
Okay, this is another reason that you need to listen more and talk less. An indictment, the way that you get an indictment, you collect your evidence, you go before a grand jury, you present your evidence, the jury of your peers, presided over by a judge, decides if there is enough evidence there to go to court. In all 4 of these cases, that's what happened. The evidence
94% Democrat.
Be quiet.
Fact or fiction?
You don't even know those numbers. That's a lie. You made up that number. We don't know
94%. That's like going to a fort.
We don't know. I have to mute you because you say dumb shit way too much. We do not know the political makeup of the grand juries. That's not public information. So you saying 94%
when your jury pool is
94% is a fucking lie. You don't know what the makeup of the jury pool was. You have no idea. Stop saying dumb shit.
Okay, let's use a neutral party. Rachel Maddow said she could get a hand.
Be quiet. There you go. What you said is an indictment is an accusation. It's not true. An indictment is something that you had to go through court to get, and you had to have evidence in order to get it. And that evidence had to be overwhelming enough that a jury of your peers decided at the direction of a judge that this should go to court. It is not an accusation. It is an accusation with evidence, and a lot of evidence. A lot. So stop talking about 8 years.
Not at all. So even a judge will instruct the jury.
Talking about 8 years. Stop that right now. Indictment
has zero to do with the person's guilt.
Good Lord, dude. Indictments have only happened since he left office. And the reason the indictments are only happening now is because while Trump was in office, the Attorney General...
They started in 2016,
Shut the fuck up! My God, dude! Be quiet! The reason the indictments are coming now is because the Attorney General at the time did not believe you could prosecute a sitting president. So you had to wait until he was out of office to prosecute him. Now, if you respond to anything outside of the points that I made here, that an indictment is more than an accusation and that you can't indict a sitting president, I'm hanging up.
Well, that means I cyber scalped you, but indicted, impeached.
Stupid. Like that. Congratulations, MAGA. Like that's your crew. I think that's terrific for you. You got to understand what words mean. Hey, Matt.
Oh my God. I was not expecting to get on here.
Welcome.
I have to adjust my volume. I'm sorry. I'm not opposition, by the way.
That's all right. Just,
I just wanted to tell you that I like your show, and I
thank you.
found you like a week ago, and I've learned a lot from you, and I tune in pretty much all the time. And where do I find your Discord?
Shoot me a DM, and I'll send you the invite. The link in my Linktree is not working. I actually went in to change it today, and I can't log into Linktree because I'm a boomer and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So shoot me a DM, and when I'm done with the live, I'll get you an invite.
Alrighty,
That
thank
work?
you, man.
All right, thanks, Matt.
All right,
Appreciate
bye.
it. Thanks for all the kind words. Thank you, guys. That was a frustrating MAGA there. Chico. What's up, Chico?
How you doing, RTP?
Hey, good. How are you?
Well, man, I'm good. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you. I mean, it's basically the same guy over and over again with a different name, a different face, the same man. Like there's nothing new coming out of their mouth. Once you start bringing out the facts, they start changing the goalpost, moving the goalposts. It's like it's so. I mean, I'm listening to you, and I'm like, I'm so frustrated. You know, but you do a good job. You're always doing. You're always, looking for the truth and sticking to the facts, and that's good. Like I commend you.
Thanks, Chico. I appreciate that. I do my best. I get things wrong, but I do my best.
Well, nobody's perfect. You're doing your best. You're not trying to get things wrong. Like
That's true.
I'm hearing these Trumpers. They're trying. They purposely get like the gas price thing. That's been going on since Obama was in office. Obama raised the gas prices. People have been trying to explain it since then. That the president doesn't have control of the gas prices. And
So yeah,
so
this is a good.
whenever.
This is a good chance to bring this up. Sorry to cut you off there, but this is a good chance to bring it up. We had pretty stable gas prices in the early 90s. So we had a little bit of a spike, but as the Gulf War ended, we had pretty stable gas prices up until 2000. Then we saw a spike in 2000 when we had the North American national gas crisis, and then we also started the war in Afghanistan. So the stability of gas, it rose, it rose. We saw a peak in 2000, it went to 440 in 2008. That's when then we had our recession. That dropped gas prices down to a low of 235. Then we had the Arab Spring started in 2010. The Iraq War ended in 2010, and we didn't really see a drop in gas prices until the war in Afghanistan ended, which was in 2014. Then we saw a sharp decline. Under Obama, we saw gas prices under $3. Basically from 2015 all the way through 2019. COVID begins in 2019, and we see a massive drop, obviously, because people take off. And then coming out of COVID and then the Russian invasion of Ukraine, we've seen a spike in gas prices. If you look historically at our prices in gas, it's almost always tied to foreign affairs, or in the case of COVID, a global pandemic. The prices of our gas are rarely affected that much by what's happening in our economy. They're much more affected by a world economy. So this idea that it's like president to president, most of these changes happen like in between presidents, at the end of one presidency and into the next. They don't seem to follow any pattern when it comes to political beliefs at all.
No, they don't. They're doing their own thing. As the world economy affects them, then they're gonna make changes to their prices according to how it affects them. Like it's not really that complicated. I mean, they're selling oil globally. So you would, naturally assume that what happens globally is going to affect them, not just what happens in the United States, because we're not their only customer.
Yeah.
They have customers all over the world, and like you said, a good demonstration of that is when Russia and Ukraine, Russia invaded Ukraine. We saw a change in oil prices because Russia's oil left the market for a minute, but now we have the prices going up. So now you got Trumpers wanting to use that as a way to say that Biden isn't being a good president when he has no control over that per se. Like he doesn't have that kind of control where he can tell them drop the prices or we're gonna bomb you, like they insinuate, like Navajo insinuated Trump was gonna do. Like he's not gonna bomb them over oil, especially since we want them to use their oil and we want to use less of our oil because we want to save our oil. We want to be the last one with oil.
Yeah. I agree. I appreciate that, Chico. Thank you.
All right, man. You keep
brother,
up
be
the
well.
work.
Good talking to you again. I appreciate it.
All right.
We'll see you. Thanks, Chico. Oh, whoa. A rare sighting from the Discord to the big screen. What's up, Abby?
Hey, buddy.
What's up, dude? How you enjoying Discord?
I've been treated pretty nicely for the most part.
For a prisoner of war, you're being treated pretty well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I saw you say some nice things, and I won't bring it up which channel it was, but you said some very nice things to another person in the channel last night, and I even put a little heart on it. I appreciate what you had to say.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
What do you want to talk about today?
Yeah, that's a nice hoodie.
Thank you.
Like I can almost feel how comfortable it is.
It's lovely. It's very lovely. Thank you. Thanks for bringing that
up. All right. So support freedom. Obviously, that's a good idea. Now, so leave MAGA, right? Leave MAGA and go where?
Well, you could go anywhere. I don't think that you necessarily have to find a home, but I don't think even for you, Bevies, like MAGA is not. They don't represent anything that you want. I don't think MAGA actually, whatever views you have, and I know some of your views recently are evolving, so I know that at least some of your views probably don't get represented by MAGA, but they don't represent your views. MAGA at this point is basically just like, it's a grievance campaign, and it feels a lot like a gateway to fascism. When you hear that last guy talking about, like, we just need a strong leader, the world, everything can be solved by one man, by Donald Trump. There's no real substance there. There's nothing that they're saying that they can do to fix it. I would love to sit up here and debate like policies. I would love that. I would love to say, like, here's the platform Republicans are running on. Here's why I think it isn't going to work. Here's why you think it's going to work. But we can't, because they seem to just be running on complaining, and Donald Trump can fix everything.
Yeah. I mean, I know for me, like the MAGA part that I like still that I can't seem to get rid of is just the anti-establishment. Like I want to see more of it.
Well, why? So, but there's anti-establishment on the left. I mean, Bernie Sanders is anti-establishment.
Yeah, I mean,
Rashida Tlaib, anti-establishment. AOC, a lot of times anti-establishment. Katie Porter, anti-establishment. There's a lot of anti-establishment. Our Discord, very anti-establishment. We have very few moderates in the Discord. The Discord's more left than I am. The people I run around with Felice, she's way left of me. Mr. Jones, he's way left of me. Whisper's a cowardly moderate Democrat, so nobody gives a shit about him. But
Felice is the best, isn't she?
I love Felice. Yeah, she's great.
Yeah. So I want to hear what you think about this. Like, so I was really confused with the response to the whole ousting of the speaker, because like when I think about it, I saw 8 people that were trying to hold a politician accountable for things that he's doing in politics. Or like in the past, it's just been like people being held accountable for, stupid stuff that they did like in the past.
Yeah.
And for some reason, those 8 people in the media, those people were the problem. It blew my mind to think that they were seen as the bad guys when they're the ones holding somebody accountable.
Well, in all fairness, I viewed them as the good guys because I like that they're tearing apart that party.
Oh, I love it.
But I think for Republicans, and this is I think the fair criticism is, yes, they were holding Kevin McCarthy responsible for not following through on promises, but the promises he made was basically to those 8 people. So to oust him because of what a small minority wants, that's where it gets a little scary. And that's where, like, Republicans are at this point now where they are held hostage by MAGA, and a small group can seize power. That's what Matt Gaetz is doing. Matt Gaetz is trying to seize power. That's why he made that deal with Kevin McCarthy in the first place, basically saying, like, hey, if I'll vote for you, but you have to keep this open for me. That if you fuck up any of the promises, I can bring this to the floor at any time to remove you. And Kevin McCarthy's like, fine, that won't happen. That never
Yeah.
happens. Well, it happened. So the question is like, I think for me the scary part is if Kevin McCarthy bowed to the will of those 8 against the wishes of the rest of the party and the American people, then those people have too much power. That's the criticism.
Okay.
Kevin McCarthy only has himself to blame for losing the speakership. He never should have made that deal in the first place. But so he 100% to blame. Great political strategy by Matt Gaetz. One of the best political moves maybe I've ever seen. Matt Gaetz' ability to coalesce power with unpopular ideas and a small minority is pretty fucking impressive, to be honest. I wish some of the lefties would learn from him.
Yeah. All right. So I guess the question is then, like, so I mean, because for many people, I think I'll probably be fine with it. But forgiving yourself for getting duped, like, I don't know if I'll ever feel like I got duped. I've definitely been duped before, and I think forgiving yourself is good. But how do you see that going with people trying to leave MAGA? Like, that's going to be like, it's going to be hard for people like David, you know.
David catching a stray. No, it's really hard, man. Like I left my religion. I know you were kind of in the same religion, not in the same way, but it's hard. The hardest thing for most people to do, and specifically because I run around in circles of conservative men and I'm going to say it's really difficult for conservative men, but that's not based on statistics, just my experience. Really hard to admit that you're wrong. Even that first crazy MAGA that we had on, like, he would not admit he was wrong when he knew he was wrong. So that's the hard part. The easy part is to go along with the crowd. At some point, I've had up the title the last couple days that Republicans will be embarrassed, or they won't admit that they voted for Trump in 2024, like down the road. I believe that's true, but it takes an exodus first. It takes people standing up, standing firm, and exiting, and you're starting to see that. There was a mega donor today, I forget his name, he's awful, that just said, I can't support Trump anymore, one of his biggest donors. And you're starting to see people peel off. And when there gets enough traction on the anti-Trump movement, then it'll be easy for people. And then but I don't know I don't know if the lesson will be learned. That's the part I'm a little bit afraid of. The lesson learned is not that Donald Trump got in trouble so you had to abandon him. The lesson learned should be, how did you get lied to so much? How did you allow this person to lie this much and trick an entire party? How did this happen, and how do you make sure it doesn't happen again?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty lucky. I actually find it super empowering to say that I'm wrong and I've been duped, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, so.
Well,
yeah.
you've went through some shit that was tough. So you know that.
Yeah.
You've been able to look at like your past decisions and recognize that like owning that ultimately makes you better, which is great. But I think a lot of people haven't had to either deconstruct or get rid of something out of their life that was harmful. A lot of people haven't done that. So it's going to be it's going to be interesting. I don't know.
Yeah. So I guess I just got one more thing for you. Like, I don't know what the Democrats are doing right now, but I think it's going to be very hard for Joe Biden to win again.
It's getting harder for sure.
And they should put somebody else up.
Yeah, Israel-Palestine's not helping. I agree with you 100%. I think they should put somebody else up. I think it's going to be hard for Joe Biden to win. It's fucking crazy that it's going to be hard for him to beat Trump. That goes to show two things. One, that a lot of people just are going to look at the economy how it is. They're not going to look that inflation came down. They're going to look at inflation that it happened. They're not going to look at at their house values going up. They're going to look at like them dropping back down. Like you had a peak and now they're dropping down. People look at these economic indicators much more than they look at like the actual policies that were behind them, the actual accomplishments of the president. So you're right. Unless the economy drastically improves, and we're looking at 2024 where maybe stuff in Ukraine is a little better and Israel Palestine is better. You're right. If the election was held today, Biden would be in a lot of trouble. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it was good
All right,
talking
dude.
to you.
It was weird. It was weird just having this kind of conversation. We'll have to yell at each other some other time.
Yeah, I would
Okay.
I would love that.
All right. See you, buddy.
See ya.
Bye. Bad views with some relatively moderate good views there. Great. Bushmaster, welcome.
What's going on?
Hey,
I got a question for you.
sure.
Are you aware of what was going on prior to October the 7th? Like, what I'm pointing to is specifically is Saudi Arabia, Israel, and America.
You can just maybe be more specific. You want to just tell me? I can tell
Yeah,
you if I
there
knew
were,
about it or not.
there was talks about them bringing relief to the Palestinian people, but since the attacks of October the 7th, those talks have stopped, obviously, because Israel declared war.
So you cut out for me. I didn't even hear it. Sorry. You said you were cutting in and out. So you said since October, who was planning on relief?
There was talks between Israel, Saudi Arabia, and America.
Okay, we've had those for a long time.
But what I'm saying is, since October the 7th, those talks have stopped.
Who was missing in that conversation?
Why does that matter?
Why does it matter if
are the Palestinian people going to bring relief to themselves?
Well, why aren't they involved in that discussion is the question.
I just asked you the question.
No, I asked
the
you,
reason
wait,
why.
I asked you a question. You asked me a question in return. I'll be happy to answer your questions. I don't know why you refuse to answer mine.
Because I don't think the Palestinian people can bring relief to themselves. It's not important.
Yeah, but why not involve them in the conversation? Why not say, hey, what do you guys need? How can we do this peacefully?
Well, I mean, they scream it at the top of their lungs. They talk about a lot of things that they need, like water and things of that nature.
Yeah, why
right?
not bring them to the negotiating table?
So they can tell them, hey, you're going to bring me this or this?
Yeah,
like,
why,
what are you getting at?
Yeah, why would you have a negotiation about Palestine without Palestine?
The talk was to bring relief to them.
But they're not really just looking for relief, right? They want statehood.
I'm sorry, what?
They're not really looking for relief, right? They're looking for statehood. They're looking for their own place to be. They're looking to not be under the thumb of Israel.
I would say they're under the thumb of Hamas.
Okay, well, they're also under the thumb of Israel then, right? I'm fine if I think that's fine to say that certainly Hamas has a lot of power in Palestine, but are they also not under the thumb of Israel?
No, I would put that on Hamas.
So then why would they attack Israel then? If they don't feel like they're under the thumb of Israel, why are they attacking Israel?
If I was being oppressed, would I blame Biden or would I blame Canada, the prime minister there?
Depends on how you were being oppressed.
Well, I'm in America, so I'm just curious.
Well, then you're not oppressed, so it doesn't make any sense. You're not oppressed
by
Biden.
I'm saying if I was.
Well, how would you be being oppressed?
I'm just saying if I was. I know I'm not. I'm saying if. Bro, you're like missing the concept. If I am being oppressed, who would I blame?
The oppressor.
Correct, which is Hamas.
Wait. Israel is the oppressor.
No, Hamas is in charge of Palestine.
Where do you think Palestine is?
How can you not blame your leader?
What country is Palestine in?
Aren't they the leaders?
No, what country is Palestine in?
Are you going to answer that question?
No. What country is Palestine in?
It's a territory. It's not its own.
What country is Palestine in?
It's not a country.
Starts with
It's
an I.
it's a
Starts with an
territory.
I. Starts with
Yeah,
an
but
I. What country is Palestine in? Starts with
Bro.
an I. It's not Iraq. It's not Iran.
No, I know it's not. I know
Okay,
it's
then
not.
what
but
is it? Go ahead and say it.
Israel.
Israel. So they are being oppressed by the Israeli fucking government.
So wait a minute. Okay, I see what you're saying. So you're trying to
Are they free
play
to,
semantics.
Are they free to do whatever they want inside of the country that they live in?
Okay,
Yes
I
or
got
no?
you. I got you. So
this
should
is
blame
like this. What
I
what
sh-
state
wait,
do you
wait.
live in, Bushmaster?
Alabama. So I
You
should
live in
blame Alabama
So
then.
so this is like you living in Alabama, and the United States saying, "Hey, here's the line around Alabama. Don't leave it. You can't leave this. And by the way, we're going to push you all into this corner. We're going to we're going to cut off your power whenever we want to. We control all the food and the energy that comes into there. You have no ability to act for yourself. You must stay there." Who is your oppressor? Is it Alabama or is it America?
I would say Alabama.
How? How the fuck did you say that?
Because it's a leader. Oh, okay.
How did you choose Alabama? That was so
easily because you got a fucking weak leader. That's why.
Alabama can't take on Alabama by itself. Cannot take
You
on
like
the
weak
United
leaders.
States.
You like oppression and weak leaders.
There
don't
we
you?
go. Now we're already.
That's what it's about.
The second you get
No, it's not an
stumped with
ad-hom, bro.
That's what an
You an
ad-hom is. You said
ad-hom.
I like weak leaders. Now I'm asking again. Why would Alabama
The
be
leader-
the oppressor?
hold on,
Why would
hold on.
Alabama be the oppressor, Bushmaster?
Because they're a weak leader.
That's not that's not oppression.
Yes.
That's not what oppression means, you potato.
Yes. Absolutely.
What does oppression
it is.
mean? Explain to me what oppression means.
Oppression?
Yeah, it's like cruel or unjust treatment. That's what oppression is.
Yeah.
Okay, so explain to me.
I
how
don't
having
disagree
a
with
weak,
that.
Okay, so explain to me how having the governor of Alabama not being able to stand up against the United States because he or she is completely overwhelmed.
He or she, it's
United
actually
States.
Kay Ivey right now. So
I
you
don't
know.
know who the Alabama governor is. That's why I said.
I just told you it's Kay Ivey.
Why? Okay, great. Is Kay Ivey
Okay,
a
great.
woman?
Yes.
Okay, great. So the Kay Ivey, she doesn't feel like she has the power to stand up to the American government because she doesn't have the power to stand up to the American
So
government.
she would be a weak leader. I would have want her replaced.
But that wouldn't be oppression. The oppressor.
Yeah, it would.
No, the oppressor is still the United States. They're the ones who are giving you cruel and unjust
Ivy.
treatment. They are saying you can't leave Alabama. You must stay there. We control all your resources.
Yeah, it would be her fault, bro.
No, it wouldn't. You silly goose.
Yes, it would,
You
bro.
are finding the dumbest possible way to defend Israel that I've ever heard. This is actually the dumbest. To say that Israel's not the oppressor is absolutely asinine.
They're not.
Okay. How are they not?
Because their leaders are not negotiating with Israel within their
Israel won't meet.
respective
Israel
states.
and
Hold
the
on,
United
within
States.
their respective
Israel
states.
and the United States will not meet together to broker a deal. They
Yes.
brokered the
So you get a
Abraham. They
leader that
brokered
will.
the Abraham
You
Accords.
get a leader that will, like Trump did when he went
They-
to fucking North Korea.
Under Trump, bro. Under Trump, bro.
Hey, what other president
Hold
has
on,
went
hold on.
and crossed into
Shush
North
your mouth.
Korea?
Dennis Rodman went to North Korea. Be
Oh,
quiet.
don't get slammed, bro. Don't get slammed.
Don't get slammed. Don't change the subject, you
See,
potato.
that's the difference, bro. That's the difference.
Don't change the subject, please. Don't change the
Oh,
subject.
you changed
please.
the subject, but I
no,
can't.
we're still talking
You're a
about
total
Israel
clown,
and
bro.
Palestine.
You're a
we're
total
still,
clown.
dude. This is who you are. This is sad.
You're a
man.
clown, bro. You're a straight clown. It is sad. You're sad. Trump walked straight into North Korea for peace.
So during the Trump
You're a
administration,
total clown.
Oh, you weren't done.
You're a clown, bro. That's all there is.
Just let me know when you're
Like,
done.
that's the difference between
I know.
a weak leader and a strong leader.
I know, sweetheart.
If
I know.
Trump was there,
I know,
this shit
sweetheart.
wouldn't be going down.
Okay,
That's
so
all
let's
there
talk.
is to it.
Okay, so let's talk about when Trump was there. When Trump was negotiating the peace accords.
See, you're
The
not
A-
giving me a
Oh,
reason.
I wasn't quite done there, my friend. I'd let you rattle on. When Trump was,
Yeah, but you're just rattling bullshit. Give me a
Bushmaster,
reason, bro.
I'm trying to,
I'm
but
trying to
your
push you to that point.
yeah, your attention span's a little low. So let me help you out with this, okay?
No, your attention span's low.
Are you gonna let me talk, or are you just gonna be?
Go ahead, I'm listening. I can
Okay.
talk and listen at the same time.
Okay, but I'd prefer it if you shut
It's
the
not
fuck up
complicated.
instead. Would that be okay?
Oh, you sound like a brown coat communist, bro.
Okay, so when Trump was president and he was working on these peace agreements, the Abraham Accords, which we read yesterday on Whispers Live, they didn't include Palestine in the negotiations, and they didn't negotiate peace for the Palestinian people. So could you explain to me what Trump would have done differently here to create peace between Israel and Palestine when he had 4 years and all he did was make things worse by not allowing Palestine at the negotiating table?
Wait, world peace was worse? How is world peace worse?
Oh my God. Cool. So I'll ask the question again. What would Trump have done differently in Israel and Palestine?
What would he do?
Yeah, what would he have done
he gave
differently?
us world peace in it when he was in office. So I
the
would
question I
there
asked
would be
Bushmaster
peace.
is specifically, what would he have done differently?
He's already proven he can do world peace. What are you talking about? There's no
What would
discussion
he
with
have
that.
done differently?
It's
in
already
proven.
proven.
What would he have done differently with this
It's
Israel
already
and
proven.
What would he have done differently with Israel and Palestine to avoid this?
Well, why don't you go ask Trump what would he do? Because he did something.
Well, he's
right.
not taking my calls because he's a baby back bitch. But so that's, I thought you, Mr. Educated,
baby back bitch.
You,
Oh,
Mr. Educated.
wow.
There we go. You're
Look
getting
at the
offended.
ad-homs.
Well, that's about Trump. He is a little bitch. But you,
Why? Because
Mr.
he makes more money than
Bushmaster.
you?
The thing about you that I respect is the thing I respect about you is that you're on TikTok all the time. You're very educated. So that's why I was asking. Obviously, an educated. You're in the know. You know everything about Trump. You know you're a supporter because you
No,
know what
I'm
he
waiting
does.
for you to give me a
So
reason to
the question,
do what
the
you
question,
say in your
I-
background. Leave
the
MAGA.
question,
I'm
the
waiting.
question, Bushmaster. The question I'm asking, my friend, is what specifically would Trump have done differently?
World peace. It's already proven.
So what specifically, Bushmaster?
Well, did we have a
Specifically, Bushmaster.
Did we
what
have a
would he-
declaration of war under Trump's
specifically?
presidency?
We don't have a
Answer
declaration.
that.
We don't have a declaration of war now, but specifically, what would he have done
Specifically,
differently?
he's already done it. That's what you're not
Specifically,
understanding.
what would specifically?
He's already done it during his
Specifically,
term.
Bushmaster. Specifically, what would he have done differently to avoid this?
He would have went in and negotiated peace. Like
So
he
why
did with
didn't
North
he
Korea.
do that when he was president? Why wouldn't he go in and negotiate with Palestine and Israel as president?
Are you kidding? There was a bunch
No,
of
I'm not
treaties
kidding.
that
I'm
were
asking a
signed,
very
bro.
simple question. When he negotiated these peace agreements, why did he not bring the Palestinians to the table?
So you think that's why Hamas
When he
attacked on
negotiated
October
these
the
peace
7th?
agreements, why did he not bring Palestine to the table?
So is that a reason for Hamas
When
to
no,
attack?
so you don't answer questions with another question. The question I'm asking you.
Oh, you did it
is
to me, but I
the
can't
question.
do that to you.
The
Okay,
question
okay,
I'm
so
asking
here
you.
we go.
The question I'm asking you.
The very first question
The question-
that I asked
the
you
question
has led
I'm
to this
asking-
because you asked me
Bushmaster,
a question.
The question I'm asking you, my friend.
The very first question was, do you remember?
The question
Israel,
I'm asking.
the United States.
Shush for a second.
Oh, here we
Okay,
go.
the
Brown
question-
coat. Brown
the
coat.
question-
Brown coated.
the
Come
question-
on. Come on. I know you got it in you. Brown coated.
The question
You don't
I'm
even
asking.
know what I'm talking about, do you?
The question I'm asking you, Bushmaster.
So Israel,
The question,
Saudi Arabia,
Bushmaster-
and America.
What about it?
Israel, Saudi Arabia, and America, right?
Uh-huh.
That was the first question.
Yeah, I
you
answered that
asked
one.
me a question.
No, I didn't.
That's not an answer.
No, I didn't.
No,
no, I
you
didn't.
said, why would you not include? Why
Yeah, I
would you
said-
not include?
Yeah.
Oh, you ask a question to answer my question.
So what I said was,
So you
Bushmaster-
didn't know
Okay.
anything about it.
So what I said,
and
Bushmaster.
you're silly, bro.
What
You're
I
a
said-
clown.
What
You're
I
a
said.
straight clown.
What I said, Bushmaster. What I said, Bushmaster, is they didn't bring Palestine to the negotiating table. That was the answer.
There's
And
the
then-
brown coat.
And then
Got
I
him
asked
muted.
the
Got
question.
him-
And then I asked the question, why not?
No, you asked the question.
So I'll
previous.
ask again, what specifically would Donald Trump have
You have
done
like the memory
differently?
span of an
What
ant, bro.
specifically would Donald Trump have done differently to avoid this conflict in Israel and Palestine?
He would have negotiated peace. There you go.
Okay. Then why didn't he do that when he was president?
Because there was no conflict. October the 7th just happened. That's an easy fucking answer, bro. Like,
do
what?
you think October the 7th was the first bit of conflict between
No,
Palestine
it was
and
not.
Israel?
They've been in conflict for years, bro.
Okay,
Thousands
so then why didn't Donald Trump broker peace?
A lot of them target Israel.
Wait, so
actually.
why didn't Donald
Iran.
Trump? Wait, so why didn't Donald Trump broker peace?
You didn't know that?
Why didn't Donald Trump broker peace?
Bro,
I
you're
said?
like a clown. You're
Why
just a
did
clown.
Donald Trump not broker peace?
He absolutely did. There was world
Well,
peace.
then why didn't he bring Palestine to the table?
Oh, look at you answer the question. See, that's what I'm telling you.
Is there peace in the
had
Middle
it
East?
set
There's no
up
peace in the
because
Middle East, my friend.
He had it set up for Saudi, Israel, and America to have talks to bring
No, he didn't.
that. That's
Do
what
you want me to read?
Oh,
Do
he
you want me
did?
to read
Okay.
the Abraham Accords?
Okay, go ahead, read it.
Okay, I can pull it up real quick. This is from the this is the actual declaration from the Abraham Accords. It is signed. At the bottom of this, there's all the signatures of everybody included. Now, just Bushmaster, if you can be quiet for a minute, because there's a couple paragraphs here. Okay, so you're gonna have to shush during the whole thing. But I just want you to listen with your ears and tell me the part of this that's about Palestine. Okay, this is, again, remember, this is the big peace deal between all these countries who weren't warring. The countries included here were Israel, Bahrain, Israel, Morocco, Israel, UAE, and Sudan. Okay, so remember, none of those countries were at war with each other. But here's what the declaration is. We, the undersigned, recognize the importance of maintaining and strengthening peace in the Middle East and around the world based on mutual understanding and coexistence, as well as respect for human dignity and freedom, including religious freedom. We encourage efforts to promote interfaith and intercultural dialogue to advance a culture of peace among the three Abrahamic religions and all humanity. We believe that the best way to address challenges is through cooperation and dialogue, and that developing friendly relations among states advances the interests of lasting peace in the Middle East and around the world. We seek tolerance and respect for every person in order to make this world a place where all can enjoy a life of dignity, hope, no matter their race, faith, or ethnicity. We support science, art, medicine, and commerce to inspire humankind, maximize human potential, and bring nations closer together. We seek to end radicalization and conflict to provide all children a better future. We pursue a vision of peace, security, and prosperity in the Middle East and around the world. In this spirit, we warmly welcome and are encouraged by the progress already made in establishing diplomatic relations between Israel and its neighbors in the region under the principles.
There it is!
I wasn't. Oh, you were so close. Under the principles.
No, it is. That you just answered it. Where is Palestine?
I said. Does it say Palestine?
Where is Palestine?
Oh,
where is it?
It's
where
in
is it?
It's in Israel.
Oh, okay. So they are included.
I don't think you understand what's being read.
No,
to you
I don't
right
think
now.
you understand
So
what's being
in the
read. You're
spirit,
reading.
in the spirit, you're gonna let me finish.
Duh.
Dude, I wasn't done yet.
You're
oh
a clown.
God. You're so dumb.
Oh,
dude.
you're such a clown, bro.
Can I finish reading it?
You're a clown. God, Israel, Palestine is in Israel, right?
Can I finish
So,
reading? Is that okay?
Is that
Can I
included?
Bushmaster, can I finish reading, please?
Is that included?
Can you be
Is that
adult?
including?
No.
Is that including? Oh,
No.
it's not.
No.
Okay, so it's not now.
No. Do you want me to keep
Wait,
going?
wait.
Can I finish
wait,
now?
What?
Can I finish, Bushmaster?
Wait, what?
You promised you'd let me finish. Could I finish reading it, please? Would that be okay with you?
All right, let's go, clown.
Okay, thank you. And its neighbors in the region under the principles of the Abraham Accords. We are encouraged by the ongoing efforts to consolidate and expand such friendly relations based on shared interests, shared commitment to a better future. Now, everybody signed that was included in this treaty, not Palestine. There is no, you cannot have peace in the Middle East until you have peace between
Palestine
Israel and
is
Palestine.
in Israel.
And what this
They're in
and
Israel,
wait,
so
but
that
hold on.
includes
Carrie,
them.
Carrie, hold on. Carrie.
Hold up.
Carrie,
What?
hold on. Carrie, hold on. So
I know this is a hard concept for you.
Carrie, I know, but be quiet. Stop being an interrupter, okay?
Hey, if you know my first name, what's your first name?
My name is Jay, Carrie.
Jay, okay.
Yeah, so you cannot have peace in the Middle East without having peace between Israel and Palestine. And what this agreement does is it ensures peace between Israel and other countries, not Israel and Palestine. So while the Abraham Accords do establish peace between these other countries and Israel, who, by the way, we're not at war, we're not even close to going to war, and we're already friendly with each other, there was no problem there. What it does leave out is the one place in all these countries where there is a problem, which is between the Palestinians and the Israelis. So the Abraham Accords, the peace in the Middle East, had nothing to do with the actual ongoing efforts to create peace in the Middle East. You don't bring Palestine to the table, you don't have peace in the Middle East. And I know you think that like you were smart
Palestine
by saying
is
that Israel,
in,
but I was almost done, by
because they're
that
in
Israel, that Palestine is in Israel.
They are
But this
included.
agreement is about the peace between Israel and other countries, not one goddamn thing about the peace inside of Israel. And I know, Kerry, I know that you think that you got a big W here because you said Israel.
No, bro.
But this is like
it's an
but,
easy one.
No, it's not, Bushmaster.
That's
It's
terrible.
really not.
You're so
It's
bad
not.
at this. You should stop. It's hilarious. It really is, bro.
Thank you. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, you should go read up more on it and try to not support terrorist organizations. You know?
What terrorist organization do I support?
Hamas.
I don't support Hamas. I've said repeatedly, fuck Hamas. Try again, Kerry.
You don't support Hamas?
No, I do not support Hamas.
So why would you spout rhetoric that supports them?
Why do I tell the truth?
No, why would you spout rhetoric?
What rhetoric
that
did I
supports
spout
them?
that supports them?
Let me ask you a question.
Shut the fuck up and answer the question, you dumb potato.
What's
What
your
rhetoric,
question?
what fucking rhetoric do I espouse that supports Hamas?
You're saying Israel's making
oppressor.
it hard.
Yes,
on
Israel
Palestinian
oppresses.
people.
Yes, they oppress the Palestinians. That's not pro Hamas.
While you're trying to say Hamas, you know they're in charge there.
I haven't said Hamas. In fact, when you said Hamas is the oppressor of the Palestinians, I said that's true. Hamas is the oppressor for some Palestinians as well.
Have you ever heard
I
the
agreed.
terms-
I actually agreed with this, Bushmaster, but you were too stupid to know that I agreed with this already.
So, what I'm asking.
Nobody knows what you're asking.
Is if you ever heard the term aiding and abetting.
Yep.
So you know what that is.
Yep.
So if the Palestinian people are aiding and abetting Hamas by putting them in power, by voting and electing them in power,
Like half the people in Palestine are under 18. They didn't even vote for that.
bro, that's rhetoric for them. That's what you don't understand.
That's not rhetoric. That's just a stat that's real, dude.
It is. That's just reality, bro. It's called aiding and abetting.
But what is
That's
what
it
is reality? What is reality? We're agreeing on this right now. This is how fucking stupid you are. When we agree, you can't even figure it out because you're so programmed to argue with me that when I agree with you, you start arguing. You can't even figure out when we're saying the same goddamn thing, dude.
No, you're not. You're saying the Palestinian
Kerry, you're
people are not
remarkably
included,
dumb.
bro.
You are remarkably dumb. Like, I just said what you said, dude. And you can't even figure that out. Let's see. If you're opposition in the box, please stay up. If you're not opposition, drop down. Sorry, the Snuggie's coming off. Bushmaster got me a little hot under the collar. Thank you for letting me know his name was Kerry. I appreciate that. That's a fun name. Like, why do people... I'm not somebody who's going to go on to a live and argue about Palestine and Israel because I feel like my knowledge is limited. If I know more than you, you shouldn't talk about this. I shouldn't talk about this. But if I know more than you, you should really, really not talk about this. It's not what you should talk about. You should go back to just like calling people clowns. The old weeb.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, I'm not opposition, so I'll be really quick.
Sure.
I do believe the best option to try to help people leaving MAGA is try to create a simple, it's kind of like a tunnel. Like, you know how when it comes to immigration into America, we have a system and a center that helps people integrate into society.
Yeah.
And they're so used to being within their own society from a sake of safety. Because culturally speaking, when you're part of a subculture that has defined your life for a certain period, the idea of leaving that culture, while it might factually help you, support you more, is so scary because now it leaves a sense of unknown and uncertainty. Because I feel like a lot of times people you've come on here, I've listened to you multiple times, it seems like they're talking more not out of like straight boneheadedness, but out of fear. Like you almost can hear the fear in their voice. They're like, wait, this challenges my whole reality. This changes everything of who I'm around, and need to find a way to like ease them into this reality.
That's a good idea. Like a MAGA vacation, but we bring in like some regular folks too that can interact with like normal people for a little while.
Yeah, because I feel like I have like one real conservative friend, like a real friend, and we have honest discourse, nothing where we have to try to stream each other, and I could tell he speaks from at least good faith on some of his issues, but a lot of people who come onto yours or on TikTok, like it's just pure fear of the unknown or fear of entire mindsets being changed, and like I think that's our best case because I feel like a lot of them feel scared to be like I'm wrong. Now people are gonna come at me. I spent so much time defending these talking points that are clearly wrong. But like, what do I do?
Yeah. One of the interesting things about like the demographics of our country is the bigger the city, the more left it becomes, and that's because when people are interacting with people that have different ideas, they become their philosophies, their ideology becomes more inclusive. I'm being flagged for harassment and bullying on my live right now. I don't know how that's happening. Wow. That's crazy. But the more progress or the more people that wind up in a city, the more progressive it gets. It's a really interesting thing that like Republicans will always point to these big cities and they'll be like, oh, these Democrat run cities. But truthfully, what happens is the more you surround yourself with different views, the more you're going to go to the left. And the more insulated you are, the more likely you are to just stay on the right. I think that that's the case too with some lefties that insulate themselves, that don't get out in the world, that just surround themselves in echo chambers. But if you're talking about the real world and like real life experience living around other people, nobody ever goes and experiences different parts of the world and becomes like more conservative. That almost never happens unless it's like they go to war, right? But if you've lived in a lot of different places, if you've lived in a lot of different cultures, generally speaking, you're going to be pretty progressive.
Yeah, and like for example, like I have a form of autism, so I do a lot of research on how to be able to understand like social language and body cues. And one of the things I found recently was that cognitive dissonance is something that occurs a lot with these conversations with people who are like neurodivergent, neurotypical, where things that make sense, but they then don't do the actions that make the most sense. Because to me, if it's not logical, why would I do it? And it seems like a lot of times when people come up here to defend these woefully wrong takes and like factually disproven points, it's because they're just experiencing cognitive dissonance. And I feel like what I've tried to do is make them understand that you're still a person, you're still respected, and I can still like interact with you and treat you like a human being. But the problem right now is what you're doing goes against being a human being.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so I'm gonna get out your way.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Yeah, let's see it. All right, next up, Rob Fumdler.
Hey, my friend.
Hey,
I agree with you, so I'm going to be quick again. I'm sorry.
It's all right. What's up?
But I got a question. Have you come across a creator called the Moderate Democrat?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've checked in on him recently.
I think he's in our Discord, maybe.
He's become the official TikTok mouthpiece for Israeli propaganda.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've tried to ever interact with him. I went to his live once and made the mistake of questioning religious claims to Israel because I'm an atheist. And he went full screen, looked me right in the eye, and started evangelizing to me.
Yeah, I've questioned. So I've reached out to him just one-on-one to see if he wanted to debate like some other topics. He doesn't want to do that. He wants me to come to his live and talk about Israel and Palestine, which is not where I'm an expert. He's a confusing person to me. He doesn't come off as very moderate or Democrat. I'm not really sure. But I have reached out to him about debating other issues, and he seems to have no interest in that. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, you go into his live, and it's like you'll have 6 people on who like agree with him, and they'll all like dogpile on him shuts him down. Somebody tried to pull up a link from the Jewish Virtual Library. I'm just like, oh no, that's liberal propaganda, basically. So I don't know why that guy even bothers to call himself a Democrat. I wish more people would honestly reach out to him because a part of me thinks the guy's just drunk the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know much about him. I know Whisper, one of our mods, and he hosts one later. I know he's been like wanting to debate him for a while, but generally speaking, I stay out of spaces where there's panels. I just think they're chaos. More times than not, you don't get a point across, and that's where you catch most of your bans. So I kind of stay out of those
Yeah.
spaces, and that's how he hosts it. So if anybody knows him, I've offered to debate him. He doesn't seem to want to do that. So
Thanks. You know what I think you ought to do, honestly, though? Because these conservatives, a lot of them are really predictable. I wish you had like a bingo card up on your background, like real time. You could just,
join the Discord. They've got a bingo card in there.
holy shit. Okay, I'll
Yeah.
probably have to do that, man. I'll go now.
Shoot me a message. We'll get you the bingo card.
Okay, thank you.
All right,
Bye.
we'll see it. Bye. Everybody's telling me I need to restart to not catch a. I don't know if that happens or not. I feel like that I've been warned before. I'll just be nice to people. I can be nice. It's not that hard. I don't think this is a real person, but I can't remember. Bob what to ba. Dang diggy diggy. I can't remember. Hey, welcome.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Great. Sorry I bailed on you earlier. My wife was calling.
Oh, that's all right.
Hey, been watching you for a while. I'm down here local too. Have you heard about the Halloween town in Mesa?
I think that my ex took my daughter there yesterday, maybe.
Yeah, we went there. It's wild. That's a crazy neighborhood. It's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, I think they were there. Was it in Chandler? Or where was
I
it?
think
Maybe
it's
Chandler?
we're in Chandler, and it was about 20 minutes away from us, so it's
Okay.
closer. It's up in Mesa, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't go. I just saw pictures
Yeah,
from them
like
going there.
every house in the neighborhood does it. They have lights that string from house to house. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, some dude was like grilling hot dogs. I saw that.
Yeah, with the Trump flag.
Oh, did he have a Trump flag? Great.
Yeah, he did.
There's gonna be a
I
lot of
gotta give
that.
him this though. He did have the best house on the block. He had like skeletons and a boat and all this shit, but yeah, he had a big Trump flag in the back. I didn't even want to get started. I was just like, cool display, dude.
Cool, dude. Yeah, that's gonna be my whole night, just saying, "Cool, dude." Last
Yeah,
time
yeah.
I walked around with a pastor, and he told me all about Jesus. For that, the reason I wasn't Christian is because I was Mormon, but I just needed to know real Christianity, so that was cool.
Jesus
But I was
Christ.
really elevated at the time, so it worked out. It was all right.
Yeah, that's why I love this state. Um, hey, quick question. My wife has a YouTube channel and she's been calling out what's his name? The Sound of Freedom dude.
Oh, Tim Ballard.
Tim Ballard, yeah. She's
What's
really
her
good
YouTube
at
channel?
nonsense on the web.
Okay.
So yeah, she's been calling that out. We lived in Utah and now we're down here. She
What
grew
part
up
of
in
Utah
really
were you in?
West Valley.
Oh, cool. All right. I was
Yeah,
Pleasant Grove.
the hood. We keep it real.
Yeah, that's right.
There's some real hard pieces in Salt Lake, let me tell you. But yeah, no, she's been looking into that just from a TikTok video that I saw about how crazy that dude was. So she's been connecting that to all these other things, and I told her, I was like, you really got to go with RTP with Jay and like collaborate. You guys would be great. So
Yeah,
she'll be looking.
her channel's dope. I love this. Yeah. I'm not gonna remember this. Tell her to DM me or to DM Jen, or you can DM Jen. Jen, comment there. Jen's kind of handling that, but this is great. I'm gonna watch some of this today, but that would be awesome.
Yeah, she's really thorough when it comes to investigation and all that kind of stuff.
She's
So
fucking killing it too, dude.
yeah,
Gets great
she-
numbers too. That's awesome.
Yeah, she's really good at it, and I think you two would be great on it because I watch you every day. It's pretty smart, but
I appreciate that.
dude, how is it possible to get beyond where we're at right now? You know, like I hear you all day, every day talking to these people about if I could provide you proof, if I can show you a video, if I can let you listen to the audio, if I, and every single one of them, you ask, have you read the indictments? Same as I do when I get into a discussion with somebody. Have you read the indictments? Oh, you can indict a ham sandwich.
It's
Nobody's
never been
willing.
done. As far as I know, nobody has ever indicted a ham sandwich. As far as I know.
No, but I just don't understand like the how do you deprogram? Let's be honest, it is a cult. I mean, how do you deprogram somebody? Because most of us on the left, you know, if Joe Biden gets in trouble for something, if he, yeah, fuck, I don't give a shit, lock him up. That's great.
Yeah.
But him, he could never do anything wrong. I mean, obviously these people haven't watched anything from 1986 till now about how much of a crook he is and how he doesn't rent to minorities and all these other things. You know, he's kind of bottom of the barrel scum, if you ask me, but these people will die for him, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Is there a massive cult deprogramming channel that we can start?
Maybe tell your wife to DM me. Maybe we all work on this together. We start a deprogramming night, like once a week. We'll do that.
Just turn on one of those little swirly things in the background, tell people to stare at the screen long enough.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
The Mr. Mugatu background. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time.
Yeah, thanks for showing me that channel. I just subscribed to her, so have her reach out.
Cool.
That'd be dope.
Thanks, man. We'll talk to you soon.
We'll see you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Yeah, tell your wife to DM me sounds like a fun T-shirt idea. Sorry about that. It's probably a better. Nobody clip that. That won't make me look good. Lombardi, I do see you. I've been told by many people to invite Vic, so I'm going to invite Vic. If Vic is still here, and then Lombardi, you're next. I see you. Is Vic still here? I'm scrolling through. I don't see Vic here anymore. Vic might have ran away. Did Vic run away? Oh, there's Vic. I just saw Vic join, and now do I find... Does Vic have enough followers? That could be why I'm not seeing him. I don't know that Vic has enough followers. I do not see Vic on my list. Sorry about that. Lombardi, what's up?
Hello.
Hey, what's up, brother?
Hey, how's it going, Jane?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Good. What's on your mind?
Oh, well, I took your advice and I did exactly what you told me to do, and I think you're right.
Remind me of what the exact advice was. I remember we had a good moment, but I don't remember exactly what the advice was.
Well, you told me to sit in some lives, Democrat and Republican, and I was in the MAGA lives, and I mean, you were right. I mean, they didn't have no evidence or no stats or nothing. But when I was in them Democrat lives, they had all them stats and all them proofs and stuff, and so, I mean, I guess the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's to the point now that like that's where we're at with MAGA. There's not really any good arguments left. It's just a hope and a prayer that Donald Trump has all this evidence that at some point he'll release, right?
I mean, the man is. I mean, he's real convincing.
He's very. That's true. He's very convincing. You're right about that.
But, I mean, there's only so much lying you can do, and only so much you can believe in until you start to question. And I mean, if people calling you dumb, I mean, you got to ask. I mean, why are they calling you dumb? And that's what I did. And I was like, well, I mean, it makes sense to me.
Yeah. Do you feel? How do you feel?
I mean, I feel kind of bamboozled.
Do you?
It's like walking outside with no skin. You know what I mean? It's like it's like your whole world's upside down. Your whole belief system is called into question.
Yeah, I remember that. This happened for me in like 2015. That's actually the best description I've ever heard in my life. That it feels like walking out without skin. It's like, if you pull off a scab and like that first bit of air that hits that open skin, it stings. that scab that was meant to like protect you from feeling open air, where the rest of your body can feel all that open air, right? But your body's not quite healed there. So that first bit of air that not quite calloused over or whatever skin you have, it hurts. I remember that exact feeling. And then I also remember thinking like, fuck, now what do I do? And honest to God, the only advice I can give you is don't make the same mistake of just believing lefties, right? Like what you're discovering now when you're looking at facts, just keep doing that. Don't fall into the trap of like the left is right or the right is right. Keep doing what you're doing. Say like, where do the stats line up? Where does the data line up? And then make your decisions based on that. And if the data changes, if new data shows up that proves the point otherwise, change your mind. The only advice I could give you is like, do not fall back into the hole of like right versus left, Republican versus Democrat, good versus bad, because there's good and there's bad everywhere. But when you're looking at the arguments, like keep doing that, keep listening. Like who has the data here? Who's trying to appeal to my emotions? Who has the data? If neither has the data and somebody's appealing to my emotion, is that a good emotion? It's hard, dude. It's really hard to sift through that. But I think it makes you a more inquisitive person. It'll eventually make you a much more well-informed person. I've said it before, but the reason I debate with MAGA is because I consume the same news that they do, and then I just go fact check it. So I do that because of what I do on TikTok. Like I'm going to debate people from the right, so I want to know what their views are beforehand. But I think it's incredible that you went and you did that, and incredible that you're back here admitting that, honestly. But just keep doing that, dude. Like, don't fall back into sidesisms.
And I will actually. And when you said you walked away from the Republican Party a while ago,
mm-hmm.
and I still believe in some of them Republican ideals.
Sure.
Small government, this and that, but you went from Republican to Libertarian, you said?
Yeah, and then Libertarian Socialist is what that's the thing that most closely resembles what my views are, whatever that is. But I probably wouldn't fall into really any specific ideology.
Oh, okay. Well, I asked Mr. Jones. You know who Mr. Jones is, right?
Yeah, I love Mr. Jones.
I was on his live a couple of days ago, and I asked him for some books. You got any recommendations, anything to read or anything like that?
Yeah, my go-to book for everybody is the book. It's called Mindfucked. It's about Cambridge Analytica. It's a company that how they mined and scraped data from Facebook to and how social media programs us. It's a really, really good insight to show how people can, from even like the same country with the same set of facts, can have such vastly different views and be so convinced that the other people are evil. Understanding how you're controlled, understand how, or I don't want to say controlled, understanding how you're being programmed, understanding how people are going to feed media to you, understanding what it means when you like a video, understanding what it means when you save a video, when you share a video, what that means to your algorithm, and what kind of information you're going to keep getting. If you're only liking things that are like kind of funny, making fun, or that are kind of out there, your algorithm remembers that, and it's going to keep showing you more and more outrageous things. So just having an understanding of like how to interact with social media to prevent yourself from being misinformed. It's a great book. It's really interesting. It talks a lot about how Trump rose to power, talks a lot about Brexit, how that happened, how they went after lower educated people or people who were maybe more apt to believe things without data, how they co-opted incels. It's a really, really interesting read about how easily we are manipulated by social media.
Yeah, I even have.
What did Mr. Jones recommend, by the way?
He recommended, I think it was called The New Jim Crow.
Yeah, great one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got that on my list too, and I'm actually reading the Quran because me and Dr. Blitz got a little thing going on. So.
Oh, cool. The other one I would recommend, I read it later, so it wasn't the same amount of impact, but I guess I can say it here. Bad Views, who was on here earlier, everybody knows Bad Views. Bad Views read White Fragility, and a third of the way into White Fragility, he's like, oh shit, I was wrong. White Fragility is another really, really good one.
I'll read that too.
Is that what it's called? Am I getting that book name right? Is that what it's called? Pretty sure. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I appreciate you saying that, man. My DMs are open. You're always welcome here too. But I think it takes a big man to do what you did, spend all that time arguing one side, and then be open to hearing new information. And that's all I would say. I don't want you on a side, but what you're doing is going to lead to a better life for you, for your family, for those around you. Just being more educated. The more educated you are, the less likely you are to be fooled. I appreciate that, Lombardi. You're a good man.
I appreciate you, Jay. You're a good man too.
All right, brother. Be well.
All right.
All right. We'll see it. There we go, Lombardi. A lot of people gave me oofs. I don't know why I'm getting red flags here. Yeah, somebody get me that Soros check. Some people don't believe him. I'm choosing to believe him. Let me check these real quick. Catermaid, I do want opposition only, but Catermaid, real quick. Oh shit! You're gonna tell me he's
Just
lying.
one second.
God
I gotta
damn
turn
it.
my camera on for this one. So,
Are you gonna ruin my
Lombardi
good
is
moment?
a frequent. No, Lombardi's a frequent on my panel, right?
Okay.
Till someone brought a video to our attention yesterday, which is on my page. It's the last video there. Everybody go watch it. And you tell me that Lombardi's not a fucking fraud. He's talking in an accent just like mine. It's his voice. It's his picture. It's everything. He's lying to everyone.
Why do you think he's lying?
Go look at the video and you tell me if he's lying. I'm serious.
Okay. Well, I can't watch it right now. Did you want to discuss, or you want to just have everybody make their own?
No, I just wanted to make sure that everybody makes their own mind up about it. I hold lives every day. He likes to come into every single live. I'm not going to platform him anymore now that I know what I know. He says that I brought it up to him. He says it's a fake. Somebody stole his. But everybody like listening to it. They're like, dude, that's your voice. That's your voice. That's your tone. That's the exact way you talk. You just don't have the accent. So, if you guys want to take a look at the video, I would love for you to share it with you because it is crazy.
Will you
Crazy.
DM it to me?
Yeah, I can do that.
I appreciate that.
Yes, I can do that.
I'm
Because
just
I
gonna
want you
say.
to make up your own mind. I'm
I'm
not
going to
tell
say
you
this.
what
I'm
to
going
do.
to Lombardi. If you're still here, I believe you until I'm proven otherwise. But I will definitely check out the video. Is that fair?
Okay.
All right.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I guess- Yep. We'll see it. Yeah. And then Lombardi, I'll probably DM you with some questions. But again, I want to give space for people, especially like it is a tricky time. If he's telling the truth about the things that he's learning, it's very possible that he still has that behavior creep out. This shit doesn't happen overnight. So I'm not ready to go there yet. 50-50 in the Discord right now on whether or not that's the same voice. So we'll see. I'm going to reserve judgment, but Lombardi, I'll bring that to your attention later. Mandy, you were next. Hey, Mandy.
Hey, I just want to say I watch your live pretty much every day, and I'm just like you. I'm a recovering Republican. It was my coworker that brought me facts and views and videos and proof that made me finally leave the Republican Party, and I just wanted to say thank you for what you do. Me and him have tried with others, and we haven't been successful yet, but I mean, it's hard to leave that cult. It is a deep cult, and I was born into it. I'm from Texas. That was my whole family. But my grandfather also said, when you see the Republican Party or any party supported by the KKK, you leave it immediately.
Yeah.
You
fair.
never
That's
vote
fair.
for the KKK. And when I saw the KKK endorsing Trump, I knew that was the moment I had to leave. There was no saving the party.
Good for you. There were a lot of people who didn't give a flying fuck about that, so I'm proud of you. Good for you. That should have been.
He
there's
preached.
so many
He
times,
railed against.
Yeah, there's so many times
Yeah,
what he said should have been the end, but it just wasn't.
He railed about David Dukakis. He railed against David Duke. He railed against those men, and then to see them endorse Donald Trump, I knew, like, I thought I could save my party, but that there was no saving them at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you.
So I just want to thank you for everything you do. I love Miss
Thanks,
Julie. She is the highlight of my day every day.
Mine too. I love Miss
And
Julie.
I'm trying to get talking points from you to reach out to my coworkers, but they may be lost causes.
Well, the effort is appreciated by all of us. We all want America to be a little better. So, W for you.
All right. You have a
All
great
right.
day.
Thanks, Mandy. I appreciate you saying all that.
You're welcome.
All right. Whoops. Next up was, I think it was Unholy Black. Oh, shit. I think somebody told me not to bring this person up yesterday. I can't remember.
It's RTP.
What's up?
What's up,
I
man?
think somebody told me not to bring you up the other day, so don't make me regret it.
I mean, it's always like that. If I'm up on the screen, it's always don't bring up X Black. Whatever my name is Black this time, it's don't bring this guy up.
Yeah, so
Now,
what's up?
yeah, I mean, why would one leave MAGA if one became recently MAGA? Right? Why would somebody do that?
Oh, just like you suddenly found like a love for things that were factual and stopped caring so much about conspiracy.
That's what the other side said, man.
What's the other side?
So the MAGA crowd says, don't they? Don't they say that, the left is full of conspiracy? And
What conspiracy?
theories? Oh, that, essentially that all the left knows how to do is blame Russia for the problems and blame
No,
Trump
what's
for
the
problems.
what's the conspiracy
That's a
theory
conspiracy.
that we
That's a
believe in?
conspiracy. Yeah. That's conspiracy. It's all like that Trump's a Russian asset and all those kind of.
I don't think most of the left thinks that.
All right, hey,
think
you
it's
fooled
silly.
me. I've seen a lot of that kind of chat on.
Well, did
Squawk
Trump's
app.
team work with Russia? Yeah. Did Trump work with Russia on business deals while he was president? Certainly.
I mean,
you
maybe
you can draw your own conclusions from that, but
Yeah, as
he
far as being a
definitely
Russian asset, I really doubt it. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean I don't think a Russian asset could run for president.
Why?
Because it wouldn't make any sense. How could he get
What
so
do you mean it
far as a
wouldn't make
Russian
sense?
asset? Just what I said.
Okay, well, what's a Russian asset?
Somebody who was in the service and influence of Russia.
Okay, well, I don't think
Someone
anybody
who
thought
Russia
that.
has like a deep hold on, I guess.
Yeah, well, nobody has accused Donald Trump of serving anything because he pretended he had bone spurs to dodge the war. Well, he got a doctor that said he had bone spurs. Maybe he really had bone spurs. I'll be careful with that. But no, if you have business dealings with a foreign country, specifically a foreign adversary, shouldn't that be something that we look into?
Hey, we should look into all.
Okay, so what do you know about Trump's dealings with Russia?
I know he's got some business in Russia. That's about all.
Like
I know.
what?
I just know he has businesses in Russia. That's all I know.
Okay.
I don't know exactly what, as far as which businesses he has
Why haven't
in
you
Russia.
Why haven't you looked into that?
It's never really interested me. To be honest
You
with
don't think it would be? You don't think it'd be interesting to know whether or not Trump is maybe a Russian asset?
I mean, in order for him to be a Russian asset, like there will be men who are far more qualified than I to uncover that. And when those gentlemen or ladies do uncover those documents, I'm sure they'll share with the American people, and I can then be convinced. But
Well, we
those
shared-
kind of things, those
there are
kind of
quite
things
a
don't
few
move
that
me
were
to
on-
the poll, right? Like
Okay.
those kind of issues don't have no.
So let's say that Trump said he had business dealings with Russia before he was
You got a
president.
phone call. Hold on.
You're good.
You hear me?
Yeah. You good?
Gosh.
Oh, you probably got a.
Yeah.
Do you have
My
the echo,
girls.
or is it all right?
Yeah.
Just like swipe up whatever phone you have, go to a different app, and then come right back. Don't close out. Just go to a different app and come back. Usually fixes it. What time is it? 11:50. Goddamn.
Hey, one of them comments said,
Is that
Russia's call. That had me
what-
dead as hell.
Is that better now?
Yeah, that's good.
All right. So let's say Donald Trump had business dealings in Russia, and he said that I've dealt with Russia before. I'm an international business person, but because that would probably be a conflict of interest if the president had ongoing business deals while they were president, right?
I mean, it could. Like, what are the conflict interests? Like, you mean like if he had a business deal and
Well-
then it affected his influence on when he becomes president, that kind of thing?
Well, let's say he had a business deal. So he definitely had deals in Russia before he was president. That's fine. There's nothing illegal about that. I don't think that should disqualify somebody from running for president. I'm actually cool with that. It's a big world. Trump has a lot of money. He does hotel deals. Of course, he's going to have hotels all around the world. I have no problem with that. The question and where it gets tricky is when presidents have business deals with foreign governments and they're in office. So if you come up against a foreign government and you have a business deal there and you need them to be friendly to you, you might be a little softer on them than you would have otherwise, right? That could potentially happen.
Yeah. That's totally fair. Totally fair.
Okay, so Trump had this deal with Moscow, the government specifically, to build Trump Hotel Moscow. It was a licensing deal. He wasn't building it, but it was going to be a Trump hotel in Moscow. He had entered into those agreements, I think, like 2014, 2015, or at least the preliminary talks. And he said he abandoned those talks before he took office. Well, it turned out later on, through the Mueller investigation, that he didn't abandon those. And up until 2018, he was still working with the Russian government to try and get a Trump Tower Moscow deal done. Now, when you look at that and you look at the way he went over, he met with Putin. And while he was with Putin, our intelligence agency, who have proven over and over that Russia did meddle in our election, they said that Russia and Putin specifically meddled in our election. And when he was asked about that, he said on a world stage next to Vladimir Putin, he said, "I trust Vladimir Putin." Vladimir said he didn't do it. I trust him. He chose Vladimir Putin over our intelligence agencies on a world stage. Is it at least fair for me to say, yeah, maybe he's compromised? Maybe? Because that's weird, because the intelligence agencies were correct, and he's there to represent us, and he chose to take Putin's word over the information, the intel that our intelligence agencies gave him. Is it at least fair for me to be like, that's sketchy?
Yeah. As a citizen looking into these like individuals who are like former presidents and things, who have certain information that we the citizens are not privy to, outside looking in, it's a fair take to make. You know what I mean? But whenever people talk about Trump and Russia, to me, it's no different than, and I'm a Muslim by the way, it's no different than when people were saying, "Oh, Obama's a secret Muslim. Look at his madrasa. Look at when he was a kid."
Why is it no? Well, I think the difference here is
what's the world. I don't have enough evidence to conclude.
Well, what's
that
the evidence?
What's
the evidence against Obama?
There is none. It's just as goofy. That's what I'm saying. It's just as goofy as a claim. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of evidence against Trump. A lot. Prior to him being elected, some Russians said that they wanted to meet with him. A Russian agent wanted to meet with him at Trump Tower to give him dirt on Hillary Clinton. He lied about that. He said that didn't happen. Then he was caught. Turned out it did happen. Then they said it was about adoptions. We've now since learned it wasn't about adoptions. And then he said he wasn't there. That part was true. He wasn't. They met with Don Jr. But then Don Jr. put out a statement, and it sounded just like Trump. And everybody was like, "Hey, that sounds like you wrote that statement." And he's like, "No, I didn't." And then it turned out that was also a lie. So he lied about that meeting. He lied about his business dealings with Russia. Through the Mueller indictment, there were 37 indictments, including many members of Trump's team who had business dealings with Russia. That's a lot of evidence that there is at least some sort of connection between him, his campaign, and Russia.
I'll have to look into that. I'll have to do some research and fact check you and all that.
Well, do you know who Michael Flynn is?
One second. The blue side says something, and the red side says something. Y'all both say contradictory things about each other's claims. Really.
Yeah, but the red side.
Saying, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but the red side's lying because this stuff's all true. So if anybody's saying something that's not this, and it's fair, you should fact check it. It's fair. But let's just, for the sake of argument, let's say that everything I just said is true. Would that be fair to say maybe we shouldn't trust this guy?
Oh yeah, that would definitely cast a shadow. If everything you were saying was true about all the things in Trump and Russia, sure, that would put some doubt into the air. Would it be enough doubt to prevent me from going to the polls? Nah, I need a little bit more spice than that to prevent me from going to the polls. But
what is driving you to the polls?
Cast me shared values and interests.
What shared values do you have with Trump?
What shared values do I have with Trump? Trump supports a few of the act's same beliefs that I do in terms of the Women in Sports Act, certain things about the education. So I think he mentioned that he wanted to completely revamp the education system. I'm with that.
What do you mean?
Trump said.
Wait. What do you mean by revamp the education?
He said he wanted to destroy the current education system.
And then do
Department of
what?
Education. I don't know what his next move was, but that was good enough for me.
Just
Put my ear in the
destroying.
door.
Wait, hold on. What
Yeah.
if what if he doesn't replace it, or what if he replaces it with something worse? Shouldn't you know what the replacement is going to be?
I feel like whatever our current system is so bad that whatever they replace it with will
What's
only
bad?
be good.
Wait, what? What's so bad? Okay, could you explain to me what's so bad with our current system then?
Well, okay, so in my city, right?
Where do you live?
My city, Atlanta.
Okay.
You have kids who come out of high school, right? Who are
Uh-huh.
illiterate. You know what I mean? You got kids who come out of high school who can barely do their basic, maths, their basic multiplication, division, right? And they pass these kids along. You have such like a bias and difference of standards for education depending on where you live, what demographic you belong to, that the education system is effed up. So if he can destroy it, and even if he whatever he replaces it with, if they replace it, great. If they destroy the system, and we have our own private education, I don't know how it's going to work. But right now, all I know is the system ass right now, and then I need some doing over. So that's
Okay.
Have you ever
looked into
a peaceful kind of guy? Yeah.
So let's talk about like the literacy rates in some of these cities. Can we probably agree that the literacy rate, when people are talking about schools that have low literacy rates, these are usually poor communities, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what lead, like, do you know what the key indicators to predict like a literacy rate might be?
Yeah, you just said it. Poverty.
Poverty,
Typically.
right? Yeah,
You live in a poor
low.
area, you're more likely gonna
Yeah, so
have less education and
yeah,
more crime. Typically.
growing up in a poor area, generally you're going to have there's going to be generational lack of education, right? So you're going to have generational literacy problems. If your parents can't read well, then the chances that their kids can learn to read well are lower, much lower, right? The access to care for undiagnosed disabilities like dyslexia or ADHD or like any sort of learning disability. Obviously, in areas where there's more wealth, those are more easily addressed. People have access to care. The lack of training for teachers, helping them identify when children have learning disabilities, oral language skills, growing up, having access to places where they're forced to read things like signs or movies or subtitles or coloring books, whatever it is. My daughter is kind of learning to read on her own, but she's picked up stuff through her environment. So to say that is a fault of the education system, it's true. But if Donald Trump is going to build up something new, it would want to address those issues, right? If we were going to support something new, it would want to address those issues, right?
Yes, or at least, if not directly address the poverty issue directly, at least
Okay.
it would address the quality of education that children receive and the level of it. Because right now, the education that they receive is, let's be real, as far as history goes, it's a very bland, whitewashed-ish, weak version of history that kids
Yeah,
are
but your
typically
party
taught.
wants to get rid of history. Your party is
What do you mean
like
by, what do you mean, which party do I belong
the
to?
Donald Trump party, whatever you want to call it. The Donald Trump folks want to get rid of history.
Okay, Ben.
They're banning books. They're changing education. They're removing history from education as we speak right now.
I've heard of like history being added, but I've never heard of which history is being removed?
The amount of stuff being removed by Republicans is wild. Like I know in one school district, the story of Jackie Robinson is not being allowed. If somebody wants to send me a list here in Discord of the list of books, I didn't have that ready to pull up.
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard that was
Yeah.
debunked big time, but
Like,
I heard
see-
that Jackie Robinson was hugely debunked.
Like
But
critical race theory. It's crazy for Republicans to be opposed to critical race theory. That's insane.
for elementary school, high school, college, what?
Doesn't matter. There are different no matter the subject, we teach it at an age appropriate level, right? So kids can understand it, right?
Well, okay, define what is CRT.
Critical race theory is critical theory viewed through a racial lens.
Like for example, so I would say that just teaching slavery is not critical race theory, right? We'd be in
Sure it
agreement
is.
with that, correct?
Sure it is.
Okay. You say teaching about slavery is critical race theory.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna call Cap. We can disagree on that.
Wait, why? Wait, hold on. What was the number? What, like, from an outsider's perspective, if you were just looking in on the South and you wanted to identify who are the slaves, who are the slave owners, how would you identify who's who? You don't know anything about it, or you don't know any of these people. They're all just standing in a line. How would you identify who are the slave owners versus who were the slaves?
Yeah. So like I was schooled partially in the South, maybe middle school.
I feel like
but
you're not answering
we
that
were
question.
teaching. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to answer it right now. So when they taught slavery, right, they taught about the white people being the slave owners, typically, right, 99% of the time, and then typically the non-black people, they start with the Native Americans, and then they didn't make very good slaves. Then the black people were the slaves. That's what they taught it. But I don't think that counts as critical race theory. I think critical race theory is an expulsion on those things.
Well, I think it's a fundamental
go ahead.
misunderstanding of what critical race theory is then, because critical race theory is just critical theory viewed through the lens of race. Do you know what critical theory is?
No, I don't know what critical theory is. No, I don't know what that is.
It's like how you approach humanities, and it allows you to focus on like the culture and the society, and you view the outcomes based on society, right? So you have to take the culture and the society into account, and then you're looking at the outcomes, and you're basically saying what caused these outcomes. And so when you're talking about critical race theory, you're saying which of these outcomes were race related. That's all you're doing. And that doesn't mean that it was wholly dependent on race. It doesn't mean that it was partially dependent on race. It just is viewing outcomes and saying, did race play a factor here? And when we're talking when you're talking about slavery, and you're talking about outcomes, and you're talking about everything post that, you have to view the history of our country through a racial lens. We cannot examine history in our country unfortunately, without viewing it through a racial lens, or it's not an accurate view of history.
There's a very big difference between teaching history, which I'm all for. I'm for not only teaching history, but I think history should be taught in a raw, uncut way. Yeah, if children are able to read very violent books and listen to very violent movies, and they go to church and listen to the Bible and Quran and all these kind of things, yeah.
None of those things are in school. None of those things are in school.
I didn't say that the Quran and Bible were in school. I said that they go to church with these things and they listen to these violent things. Yeah. So if they're able to take and listen to these kind of violent things, then the uncut raw history that's taught in school should be allowed. But that's not exactly what critical race theory is. It doesn't just go into what happened, which is what history is. History is a review of what happened and how we got to this point. Critical race theory espouses on the effects of Jim Crow and slavery on the society today and into the future.
Correct. That's part of it. But there's aspects and components of critical race theory that you would never be taught outside of like a college specific class. There are also aspects of critical race theory that we learned when we were in 6th grade. Critical race theory is not a curriculum. It is a theory. It's a working theory. But it's really just a way about how to examine the history of our country. It's a way to examine specifically outcomes that were determined by race. It's a process more than it is a curriculum, and I think this is where Republicans fundamentally don't understand this. I've never heard anybody who said ban CRT who could tell me what CRT was, and I mean this respectfully, you couldn't either, because it's not a curriculum. It's simply a way of viewing history. It's a way of viewing outcomes through a racial lens. And it would be absolutely silly for anybody to say that the history of our country, specifically for certain groups of people, should not be viewed through a racial lens.
So history and outcome. Do you hear me fine?
Yeah.
I got the bars.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So history is a review of what has already been documented and happened. We're looking back. We look at history.
Why do we study history?
Critical race theory, we're not looking back. Well, we're looking back.
Why do we study it?
But hold on, allow me. We're not just looking back. We study history so we don't repeat it. Typically. At least I believe we don't, so we don't repeat it. Critical race theory, we're looking at the effects of slavery and the effects of Jim Crow and what they not only do they have, but what they could possibly have in the future. Right now,
You went mute.
I got a phone call again.
Yeah, it sounds shitty, dude. Might have lost you. You there? No go?
Yeah, my bad. I got a phone call again.
Sorry, brother. I'm gonna have to probably drop you if you can't be here. You out? All right, I gotta drop you, brother. You're welcome to come back another time. I appreciate that. Korean leftist, do you want to just come up and correct anything I got wrong there, real quick? Korean leftist went to. I won't blow him up. He went to a very good school. This is something that he studied. Put a lot of, I think one of his dissertations maybe was on this. I can't remember. Yeah, I feel like that's what I'm saying. Somebody said that what I'm saying, critical race theory, is not critical race theory, and then I'm looking at the definition, and I think what I'm saying definitely falls within that. It's an academic and legal framework that denotes that systemic racism is part of American society, from education and housing to employment and healthcare. Critical race theory recognizes that racism is more than the result of individual bias and prejudice. Yeah, I agree with that. What's up, dude?
What's up? Hey,
Did I
how's it
miss
going?
anything?
No, I think the way you described it was pretty good. I would have maybe possibly tested him on what CRT exactly is, because it is it has 8 tenets of what it is. It's not just simply looking at what history was, not just looking at the surface level, but why history happened, right? So
Did you
you
say
can
there were
look at
8 tenets? Isn't it? I've always heard 5 tenets. Is that wrong?
there's 8 tenets.
There's 8. Okay, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Oh for
So
one.
the first the first one is race. It's racism is permanent. The second one is the need for historical context and critique of ahistoricism. Number 3 is the interest convergence. Number 4, race is a social construction. 5 is the property value of whiteness. 6 is intersectionality. 7 is the unique voice of color and counter narrative. And number 8 is critique of liberalism. And so within these, they describe multiple facets, such as interest convergence, which is the main point of it, which is the idea that that white people only advanced the interests of people of color because it benefited them, right? So during the 1900s, especially during the Cold War, the Soviet Union heavily criticized the U.S. for being a terrible country for the way it treated its citizens. So when Brown v. Board of Education passed, the idea was that it only passed because of the pressure and the critique of the Soviet Union that got at the time, and that they actually didn't really care for the people of color, the Black and brown community more specifically, to integrate to the communities. It was just like it was a way to look good, essentially, to the rest of the world, to the Soviet Union. I think we can say the space race, if you want to compare it to that. We wanted to beat the Soviet Union to the moon. Yeah. So that's a way to look at it. And so there's a lot more to it.
But essentially, on a simple level, really any analysis, any aspect of teaching that we would teach considering race in school would fall loosely under the umbrella of critical race theory, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. It
So
was
we've
just
always
like,
been taught critical race theory.
well, and
Not in the same way, but like aspects of it.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, CRT is it's a college level study. It's never taught through K through 12, and even in like AP Gov or AP History lens, it's strictly in academic settings. Of course, every college is different in terms of like when they teach it, but for the most part, it is taught through like when you're going to school for social work or sociology. It's a heavily integrated as an important aspect to understand the intricacies of how the macro lens of how people ended up to be, and not as just like a spontaneous reason why they may have uh, living in like terrible conditions in certain communities.
Yeah.
And so, um, yeah, there's some schools are a lot better now because they
Like
do.
BYU, they probably got a lot better, I imagine.
I I don't know
Lots of
about
Liberty
BYU.
University got better, probably. All these great
Oh
schools.
yeah, the great schools in Utah, right?
Yeah, I don't remember
BYU.
where Liberty is, but that one might be worse.
I don't know. Aren't they like funded by like heavy right-wing Christians?
Yeah, all of them are. All of them are.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, I'm going to jump to some opposition, but if I stick around, I may need you now that this conversation's
Yeah,
come
I'll
up.
be here for you.
All right, brother. Appreciate it. Korean Leftist, everybody, give him a follow. That's one of our moderators. He also created our Discord. Brilliant. Brilliant person. Ain't nothing easy. Welcome.
Hey Jay,
Hey.
I heard you talking last night with a guy about the Russia and the Mueller report. I just wanted to mention real quick that something that I don't hear people bring up too much, which I think is really important, is that the Republican-led Senate Intelligence Committee investigated Russian active measures. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now. Keep going. Yeah.
Yeah. What the key paragraph here? I mean, it's a fascinating. It's like 5 sections, and it's so detailed on all the connections, and it's crazy everything that's going on. But this paragraph says, on numerous occasions over the course of his time on the Trump campaign, Trump's campaign manager Paul Manafort sought to secretly share internal campaign information with Konstantin Kilimnik, a Russian intelligence asset. The committee found that Paul Manafort's presence on the Trump campaign and proximity to Trump created opportunities for Russian intelligence services to exert influence over and acquire confidential information on the Trump campaign. The committee assesses that Kilimnik served as the channel to Manafort for Russian intelligence services. Taken as a whole, Manafort's high-level access and willingness to share information with individuals closely affiliated with the Russian intelligence service represented a grave counterintelligence threat. And that's coming from the Republican-led Marco Rubio was ahead of that.
Yeah, the initial findings were essentially that, like, the summary is the committee, again, Republican-led, found that the Russian government engaged in an aggressive, multifaceted effort to influence or attempt to influence the outcome of the 2016 presidential campaign. And then, like you said, if you go read it, you can, I think part 5 now is out where there's more stuff that's been unredacted. But exactly what you're talking about. You want to talk about, don't believe the Mueller report, want to believe the Republicans? I don't know why I forgot about this report. I'm so glad you brought this up because I need to use this more.
And you remember when there was that one strange moment in the campaign had come out with their platform of what they're for. And one of the things on their platform was that they wanted that they would supply Ukraine with weapons, and all of a sudden that one part of their platform was removed, and nobody could figure out. All the networks were asking, what happened to that, and nobody could answer that. And what had happened was that it says. Still, Republican delegates at last week's National Security Committee platform meeting in Cleveland were surprised when the Trump campaign orchestrated a set of events to make sure that the GOP would not pledge to give Ukraine the weapons it had been asking for from the United States. Manafort worked directly with in Ukraine to get the Ukraine president elected at the time, and so that was
Correct.
Putin's puppet.
Correct.
So
Yeah,
so
he was all over all the corruption. He was in the middle of all the corruption happening in Ukraine and in Russia. He's right
he
there.
lied over and over to the special counsel, so much so that he was they charged him. They blew his plea agreement, and he got a much higher sentence than he would have. So I mean, he was so, he had to lie. There was something that he didn't mind going to prison extra time over. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I wanted to bring up.
Yeah, that's better. That's better than being on getting a red notice with your name on it. That's a lot better than that.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, thank you.
All right.
Appreciate that. Thanks for bringing that to my
problem.
attention.
Thanks, Sharon.
Yeah. I need to keep that in my save. True. I don't know why I forget about that. The Mueller report was so comprehensive as far as like the individual players that I do forget about this. It was a bipartisan Senate Intelligence Committee, and the chat is ridiculous. The chat, I think Kay Cole was in there like, it's Marco Rubio. It's literally, this is what your defense for anything is. If something looks bad for Trump, you just find somebody that you're like, it's either a Democrat or that the reason the Republicans said it is because they hate Trump. That's what you guys have been boiled down to. That's your only arguments left at this point. Facts can't back you up, and Lombardi, God bless him, if he's a fake, he's a fake, but if he's not, he was fucking right. There aren't facts left. You don't have them left. We tried to do it on this show today. I tried to bring up Republicans today. I promised at the beginning I would give them more opportunity to talk. I even let Bushmaster talk. I even let that dude who's on here all day, every day, I even let him talk. And still, the evidence is nowhere. There's no evidence. I am kind of wearing a robe. It's a Snuggie. So for those saying that you think I'm wearing a robe, it kind of is. It's not a robe. And I can even zip it up. There we go. We're back up. Bushmaster got me a little hot under the collar. I had to let the air flow for a second. Let's see. There's nobody in the box. It is warm. It's a little too warm. Shit. What do we want to do? Do we want to do? It's Halloween. Let's just open up the box for questions. We can do Ask Me Anything. You can tell me a joke. We'll do that. We'll do that for the last like 20 minutes or so. However, during the Ask Me Anything, if anybody that's opposition wants to jump in the box, please do so, and let one of my mods know that you're in the box. We'll try and watch for that. Mods, will you watch the box and just see as people roll in if there's opposition in the box? I'll make sure to get to those. Eric Scott Hawkins is first. Welcome.
Hey, Jay.
Hey.
Got a joke for you.
What
do you
okay,
call 144 Trump supporters?
Say it again.
What do you call 144 Trump supporters?
I have no idea.
Gross ignorance.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
You know, gross is a unit of measurement, right?
Gross?
Yes.
I did not know gross was a unit of measurement. I had no idea.
Yeah. A gross is
Okay.
144 things.
I was unaware of that. I didn't know that. So that was a good joke for people smarter than me. When you said 144, I went Jehovah's Witness. I was thinking 144,000. How did I know? What do you measure in gross? What would you measure
I don't know,
in?
but it's an old unit of measurement. You got to remember,
Okay.
I'm a lot older than you.
Oh, okay. This is a boomer joke? I like it.
Oh, I'm not that old.
Sorry.
Gen X, buddy.
There were a lot of people that got the joke. I think I'm the dumb one here. All right. Well, got another one?
Yes. What do you call one Trump supporter on the moon?
On the move or on the moon?
On the moon.
On the moon. I don't know.
A problem. You know what you call all the Trump supporters on the moon?
A solution?
Problem solved.
All right, brother. Thank you.
Enjoy.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Oh, God. Christopher. Gross is equal to 12 dozen. Yeah, I'd never heard that. There's my Utah education, I guess. What's up, Christopher?
Hey, how you doing, RTP?
Good. How are you?
So I had an emotional highs and lows just a moment ago with Lombardi on because was it yesterday? I saw him. I listen to your show all the time, and the other day, I would say 2 or 3 days ago, he conceded on a handful of things. Okay, then I see him. I don't know if you know the creator Sarah. The topic was racism or something, and he was on there, and everything that he'd conceded with you, he was back to his original thought process on there. And then I jumped on, kind of called him out on it, and he was, somewhat denying it. So I almost cried when I heard him say, "Oh, you made me come around." I was all happy. And then I forget the lady's name that said, "No, he's a fraud." Like, I can't wait to hear the end of this
Cater May.
saga.
Yeah, this is bizarre. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah.
It's such if this really is an act, it's one of the strangest acts I've ever heard. It's so bizarre.
What's the creator's name? Because I want to go see the video. What was her name?
Cater May, Katermae. I think that was right. Cater, if you're here. I've had a bunch of people in Discord and that say they watched the video. Honestly, it's like 70-30. It's split. Cater May 2. There you go.
Anyway, I can't wait to see how this unfolds.
All right.
You have a good day. Happy Halloween, and stay
you.
safe.
Appreciate
Take
it.
care. Bye.
I do remember. Yeah, look, Cater May is a good creator. I just don't. I'm careful about trusting what people say on other. I'm careful about judging people based on what they said on other lives. I do see. I've definitely been out of pocket on other people's lives before. I've definitely said things that I would have liked to take back. So I'm trying my very best to remain hopeful on that. See, Jonesy says we'll get blocked if she brings her jokes. I'm gonna head over to Twitter. Did any news from that Colorado hearing? Do we have anything there? Let me head over and see. Oh, interesting. So they showed Trump's tweet. I guess looks like they're getting right into it. Are they showing the attack on that? Are they showing the people break the barrier, or what are they showing here? It looks like that HBO documentary is what they're using for a lot of the footage. Okay, nothing there that's from Krasenstein. No update there from Krasenstein. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I don't think I'm like, as much as I think that was awful. I think that any amount of this, like it can benefit him. I'm really torn on whether or not Trump should be allowed to be on the ballot, to be honest. I do think that if we have evidence that he knew if we have enough evidence and can prove that he knew January 6th was going to be violent, and that he did nothing to stop it, I do think that should disqualify him from office. I do think that states should stand up and remove him from the ballot. I'm not sure we're there yet. Hey, Jen.
Hola.
Hi.
Hi. All right. Ask you anything.
Great.
If you had to choose between going naked or having your thoughts appear in thought bubbles above your head for everyone to read, which would you choose?
Thought bubbles. I have a really hard time keeping my thoughts inside my head as it is. I'm not somebody who keeps a lot of things inside of my head as far as thoughts go. The only thing I would be afraid of is like people. The one thing I'd be afraid of is that there's people that I think are really boring sometimes, and they would see that I wasn't paying attention. That would be the main thing.
I think it's pretty obvious you don't pay attention on certain things. I mean, you wander your eyes.
Yeah.
You've got, I said it many times in the Discord, you've got the attention span of a goldfish.
But I can lock in when I need to, sometimes, almost. I appreciate it. That was a good question, though. But yeah, I think thought bubbles. I don't really think anything that awful.
I mean, I think a lot of awful things, but I also say them. So it's
correct. Yeah.
Either or. So.
All right. Well, good question.
All right.
Thanks, Jen. If you guys want a Discord invite, there's Jen. Jen can send those to you. DRV. Welcome. Ooh, it's getting warm. Gotta keep it unzipped. DRV, welcome.
Hi there. It's Dr.
Hi.
V.
Dr. V. Sorry, that makes
No,
more
that's okay.
sense. That
Yeah,
makes
that's all,
sense.
it's all good. It's all good. So it's Halloween, so thought we'd have some fun. So have you ever played that game, Miss Lucy's Goosey, but she ain't crazy?
No, that sounds insanely southern. That sounds like something that you play in Arkansas for sure.
You do, and well,
Okay.
yeah, in East Texas too as well. But
Okay.
so I'll say three things, and if you catch it, then if you figure out the game, then you give me three back. Okay?
The game is called what?
Miss Lucy's Goosey, but she ain't crazy.
All right, so I'm just gonna I'm trying to recognize a pattern in what you say.
Yes.
All right, fuck, go for it.
Okay. I like Mississippi, but I don't like Arizona. I like cheese, but I don't like hamburger. I like butter, but I don't like margarine. Miss Lucy's Goosey, but she ain't crazy.
I like Mississippi, but I don't like Arizona. I like cheese, but I don't like hamburger. And wait, what was the last one? There's my goldfish.
Um,
Oh, now who doesn't remember?
I said I like cheese. Oh, I like, I can give you another example. Let's see. I like butter, but I don't like margarine.
Okay, I like shit, this one's tricky. I'm trying to find the
I
right
like
words
Dr.
for it.
Pepper, but I don't
Yeah.
like Coke.
Dang it, you just stole one of mine. I like Pittsburgh, but I don't like Phoenix.
Okay, give me two more.
Did I do it? All right, I'm on the right.
Come on,
I'm
come
there.
on.
I like. Now I'm stuck on states. Let me find. I like Fetterman, but I don't like Bobert.
Okay, give me one more.
I need
Miss
one more word.
Lucy's Goosey, but she ain't crazy.
I like Krabby Patties, but I don't like McDonald's.
You got it.
Did I do it?
Yes,
Hell yeah!
yes,
Thank you.
yes. But
Nailed
don't
it.
tell it- But don't say it to anybody else.
I
They
won't
gotta
say
figure
it.
it out. And please, if you know this, no guesses in the comments. Please, please, please. I like comments, but I don't like answers.
Well done. Well done. Thank you, Dr. V.
No worries. Take care. God bless. Everybody have a great day and be safe out there and have fun. All right.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Mwah.
That was hard. That took me a minute. I had to rehear it. All right. Pamela was next, and then CJ's gonna come ruin it. She says, "Pamela, welcome." Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Barely though. If you could you speak a little louder?
I had it all the way up. Let me see. Can you hear me better now?
I cannot. Sorry, drop and come back up. I'll bring you back up. See what you can do about that microphone there. See, Jonesy. Welcome. She's calling from Russia. She's mad about what I said.
I gotta fix the tablet for the kid. Bear with me.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so y'all don't block me, okay?
Okay. No promises. No promises.
Okay, I love dad jokes. So
Good. Same.
dad jokes are the best. So here's my first one. Why can't you hear a pterodactyl go to the bathroom?
I don't know.
Because the P is silent.
Stupid. Stupid. Fucking stupid.
Don't block me. Don't block
So
me. Don't block me.
stupid.
Nobody kick me out, please.
Give me one more. Give me one more. That's so stupid.
Let's see. What does the corn say when it gets a compliment?
Does the corn say when it gets a compliment?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Ah, shucks.
Stupid. Get out of here. Get out of here. I'm not going to block you, but you have to get out of here. You have to get out of here. I need these. I do. I am going to steal these. Get out of here, C. Jonesy. Pamela, try one more time. God, it's too hot now, folks. Pamela, are you there? Nope. Sounds the same wherever you are. It may not be in the cards for us today. What's that? I don't know what to tell you there, Pamela. I don't know. It sounds like your phone is 3 doors down, and you're speaking in a regular voice. I can hear that words are happening. I can hear that words are happening. I have no idea what the words are. Who's next? Chelsea, welcome. Thank you for being a subscriber, Chelsea. I appreciate it. We're up to 113 subscribers. Well on our way to 139.
So exciting.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you call a nun on a walk?
A nun on a walk. Don't know.
Roman Catholic.
So fucking stupid. You guys all get out of here. That's so stupid. You're all stupid. What the fuck is going on? This is what Halloween's about today. I don't give a shit. Candy, welcome.
Hey,
Hey.
who's the most popular guy on a secluded island? It's the guy with no arms that can carry a dozen donuts.
I
See
don't
if
even
anybody gets it.
No, I get it, but where's he getting donuts on the island?
That doesn't matter. It just
It doesn't
matters
matter.
that he
Just
can
the
carry a
ability.
dozen
It's the
donuts.
ability to carry a dozen donuts.
Even
Get out of
even
here.
8 donuts would be fine.
Get out of here. Hey, donut, you have a death wish? A dozen donuts? You trying to die, folks? That's a death wish. You'll die. You don't want that. And now look, now you got Nana mad. Hi, Nana.
Hello.
Hi.
Road crossing, watch out for cars. Can you spell that without any R's?
THAT.
Okay.
Boom.
You're smarter than most people that get that, so.
Thank you. All right. See ya. Wait, did that go over my head? I feel like that didn't go over. I'm not saying you're going to die from eating 12 donuts. I want to be clear. I do not think that eating 12 donuts would be the cause of death in that scenario. If I missed it, I apologize, but that was not what I was trying to say. All right. The official Eli. Oh no, whoops, I hit Kimberly on accident. But Kimberly, welcome.
I mean, I think that this is how I usually jump up here is by accident. Like,
Well, you were
2 for
next
2 now, Jay.
anyways.
2 for 2. What did the fish say when it hit the wall?
Damn.
Yep.
Boom.
Have a good day.
Don't try and stump me on all the dad jokes. I'm killing the dad jokes. I'm ruining everybody's punchline. The official Eli. Hey. Oh, sorry,
How's it
that was a
going,
little
man?
loud. Good.
What do you call it when Batman skips church?
When Batman skips church. I don't know.
Christian Bale.
Get out of here. You gotta go. You gotta go. Get out of here.
All right.
Okay, bye. Thank you. Twinkle Toes. This is so stupid. This is who we've become, folks. Twinkle Toes, you're here. Welcome.
Say knock knock.
Knock knock. Just left? Is that the joke? Did I miss that? All right. No, Candy, this better be good. Listen, I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna shut it down.
I just can't let it go. I have to ask you,
Yeah.
if a man has no arms, no hands, how is he going to carry those donuts?
I can't say this. I can't say these words. How am I
Okay, so
gonna
you
just?
understand the joke, and you're not laughing at my joke?
I'm laughing at it, but
I'm
I'm a little concerned for your health. A typical donut's probably 1.5 to 2 inches.
I don't
Let's
care. I'm
just
not going
call
to
it
eat
an
the
inch and a
donut.
half.
I just want to,
You
like,
times that by
nobody's
12. You're
worried
gonna
about
die,
eating
Candy.
the donuts.
You're
We're
gonna.
more worried about how many donuts they can carry. We're not going to eat the donuts. Nobody cares about the
You're not.
donuts.
Listen, you're not gonna eat. You're not gonna eat the.
Yeah.
You're not gonna eat the carrier either.
Well, you don't know that.
Fuck
I'm
out
out of
You gotta
here.
get out of here. God damn it. Just. What the That's between 18 and 24 inches. If I'm doing that math right, that is fucking. Candy's a champion. That's what we know. Who hasn't been up before? I don't think Lindo Stars has been up. Lindo Stars, welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Why does Snoop Dogg need an umbrella?
Why does Snoop Dogg need an umbrella? I don't know.
For drizzle.
Get out of here. You gotta go.
I don't know how to drop
Okay,
it.
I'll get you. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. Who's looking up these dad jokes? All right, Stacy, you're next. And
Hey,
hey,
are we doing riddles now?
I guess so. I guess that's what we've become. We're doing riddles now. Go ahead, Stacy.
I have two.
Great.
When is a door not a door?
When it's a jar.
Yes.
Boom.
What does everyone have but no one can lose it?
What does everyone have but nobody can lose it?
Everyone has it, yet no one can lose it.
I don't know.
Any guesses?
No.
Shadow. Okay, that's
Well,
it.
what if
That's all I
it's
got.
dark? All right, Stacy. That one doesn't make sense. If it's dark, you don't have a shadow. Well, I guess maybe you do have a shadow. You just can't see it because it's dark. Someone and some scientists tell me, do you have a shadow when it's dark? Is there enough light in the darkness to create a shadow that you just can't see it? Dark passenger, welcome.
Hey, what's up, RTP?
Hey.
I don't have a dad joke for you.
Your profile picture looks like they're trying to find you after January 6th. That's what your profile picture looks like.
Nah, that's not what that is.
Okay.
But I just wanted to ask your opinion about the Biden administration unveiling new actions to combat anti-Semitism on college campuses. Have you heard about this?
I have not. You want to tell me
So
about
yeah,
it?
like he wants to work with law enforcement with the campuses to track like cybersecurity and like I saw a video the Conscious Lee did earlier today talking about how like this is bad, like if Trump wins the election, like he's handing the keys to like making a fascist state easier if he goes through with like this type of stuff.
Yeah, I'm reading about it now. I don't know how they're going to track this. If they're tracking like public comments, I don't have a problem with it. But if they're getting into people's private messages and DMs, I've got a real problem with it. If you're posting things online publicly, I don't think it's a bad idea for law enforcement to be tracking and searching for keywords like that. But if they're going any further than that, I'd have a problem with it.
Right, I agree.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look into it. I'll look into it.
It's just like, you know, it's kind of like the Republicans like argument with like the slippery slope, you know.
Yeah.
Like if they, depending on how they go about it, you know. But yeah, if
everything's a
I don't know
slippery
if you
slope,
follow
yeah.
the Conscious Lee, but maybe like check out his video.
No, would you DM it to me? Because I'm going to forget this in 2 minutes. When you hop off, will you send it
can
to
I
me?
DM you without you following me?
I check all my messages.
Yeah, I'll
after,
send it right to you.
So even if I'm not following you, I'll find them.
Okay.
Actually, I'll just follow you. Make that easier. There you go.
All right.
Boom. Got it. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thanks.
Bye. Till that waterfall, we said what's up. Niagara Falls is sounding lovely today. Deba Dozer. I'm ignoring Jen on purpose. She has power to do something about it, though. Deba Dozer, welcome.
Okay. I have a limerick, but it's not blue.
Okay.
It's a family show. All right.
Okay. All right.
I once had a gerbil named Bobby, who had an unusual hobby. He chewed on a cord, and now, oh my lord, now all that is left is Blobby.
You gotta go. You gotta go. Get out of here. Get out of here. All right. What, Jen?
Do we have anybody else in request?
There is, but it's fine.
All right. Well, I got a couple. So this is from Allie. Why did the chicken cross the road?
I don't know.
To get to the soy boy Beta Cuck's house.
It's so stupid. Allie,
Knock, knock.
we
Knock,
gotta
knock.
mute. Allie needs to be muted for 5 minutes. Who's there?
Chicken.
Chicken who?
It's your house. It's your house. That's the joke.
What?
All right, that wasn't my joke. That was Allie's joke. Okay.
Oh, for 2.
So, know why you shouldn't go for a cheap circumcision?
Why?
Because they're nothing but a ripoff.
Thank you for us. Thank you. Get out of here. That sounds horrendous. Some of these are scary. Dark Juliet, you're next. I've got a poem that I'm going to end things on. We discussed it the other day. Dark Juliet, welcome.
Hi. Got a dad
Hi.
joke for you.
Good.
What did the ocean say to the beach?
I do not know.
Nothing. It just waved.
Go away. Get out of here. Stupid. So stupid. Go to... You got mad at me the other day for saying this name wrong. What is it? What's the name? Did I say it right that time?
What did you say?
I said Koenig?
Yeah, it's Koenig.
I don't know. Yeah, whatever that is. I know what you're here for. I know that you're here to say something awful.
No,
Yeah,
Jay,
right. Go
Jay,
for
I'm
it.
not here to say nothing mean. I have a joke for you.
I bet. Go ahead.
Why did the ghost go to the bar?
I don't know.
It was looking for booze.
That was remarkably, yeah. That was That was kind of cute. That was first of all, get the fuck out of here. But that was cute. I expected the worst possible thing to come out of his mouth. Benny, you're welcome. Benny.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
What's a pirate's favorite letter?
R. Get out of here.
You think it would be R, but it'd really be the C.
Get out of here. That was the best. That one got me. I thought it was so stupid. And then you got me. That chick Beth. I'm going to read my mom's favorite joke before we leave today. I just want you to know the humor I dealt with growing up. That chick
Hey
Beth.
there.
Hey, how are you?
I just bought a horse.
You bought a horse?
Yeah, I named him Mayo.
Okay.
Sometimes Mayo neighs.
Okay.
Nay. Bye-bye.
Didn't get any of that. I didn't get any of that. Good pirate material. My friend Z-Note is in the Discord. He'll respect this. I'm gonna leave you guys. We talked the other day with somebody from the South, and we talked about cowboy poetry. Now, my mom, she is not a person who enjoys laughing too often, specifically at an inappropriate joke. My mom is very, very sensitive about anything that involves a curse word or anything that is even vaguely or remotely sexual. It will make her uncomfortable. She won't laugh. But I would like to share, and she also doesn't think I'm funny. Z-Notes is correct there. But I'd like to share my mother's favorite joke in the form of a poem. This is known as cowboy poetry. When I was a child, we would go to these events where you'd have like a chuck wagon dinner, and then at the end they would play like some fiddle music, and then you always had a cowboy poet, and their job was to create a story out of poetry that only cowboys could understand. I hope some of you appreciate this. Let me wet my whistle. That's a cowboy. Yeah, like Bar J Wranglers, correct. If any of you are familiar with the Bar J Ringos, you'll know my mom's favorite joke. This is dedicated to my mom in the spirit it's meant. Once upon an Easter morning, little Miss Virginia Beggs found a score of highly colored, somewhat gaudy Easter eggs. Some were pink and some were yellow. Some were red and some were blue. Some were nicely striped with purple. Some were dyed a crimson hue. In the nest out in the barnyard, while the old hen stretched her legs, generous little Miss Virginia placed some pretty Easter eggs. Came the rooster crowing loudly, strutting as a rooster should, joyful in anticipation, pride of coming fatherhood. By the nest he drew up proudly, where his handiwork to view, for he knew his mate was setting, knew the hatching date was due. Sad the day, and sad the moment, sad his terrible surprise. Joy fled from his heart in horror at the sight before his eyes. In the nest home of his lady, whom he had sworn was always true, there were eggs of pink and yellow, red and green and brown and blue. Long the rooster looked in silence, then decided bitterly, not remained but to avenge his violated sanctity. With the boldness of an eagle, next door did that rooster fly. Battle ruffled were his feathers, blood was in his rooster eye. Rooster mind was firm determined, rooster jaw was set and grim, and the next door neighbor's peacock got the shit beat out of him. And that's going to be the end of this Halloween special. Thank you guys for sticking with that. Thank you for listening to my mom's favorite poem/joke. The joke is the rooster thought the peacock got his lady pregnant, and that's why all the eggs were different colors, if you missed that. But I will see you guys likely tonight. I've been messaging with Felice. We're planning on finding a MAGA live to infiltrate. So plan on seeing myself and Felice later tonight. I imagine Whisper will be there. Whisper's live starts in an hour from now. Make sure you're following Whisper. He'll go live for 5 or 6 hours. I hope you guys enjoy that. Thank you for all the subscriptions, for the likes, for the gifts. If you want a replay of this, you can always find it on YouTube. I usually get them done the night of, sometimes the following morning. This should be up probably tomorrow morning. Follow there, subscribe there, and if you want an invitation to the Discord, shoot me a DM. There are people requesting. Sorry guys, we're out. If there's something you needed to ask me and you're in the guest request, just shoot me a DM. I'll be happy to wait a second. Hold on 1 second. Some of you may have left. Hold on. Cutting it close, Miss Julie.
Jay, it's been a shit day, so I'm not going to stay long.
Okay.
I have a little joke for you.
Okay.
What's the difference between your wife and your job? In 5 years, your job will still suck. Bye, Jay.
Bye,
Love
Miss
you.
Julie.
I'll
Love
be back tomorrow.
Okay, can't wait to hear your stories. Thanks, everybody. I'll catch you guys tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Monday through Friday. We are riding the pine every weekday. I'll see you guys probably in Whispers Live, and then I will see you later tonight. I will be full of candy and sugar and anger for having to walk around with a bunch of Republicans tricking and treating and such. I'll see you guys tonight or in the morning.